I may cut
Oh,
people off at the end, but I don't do that at the beginning.
I will admit I did a couple times look up just to make sure before explaining things.
No, I couldn't do that to anyone. Like I feel like I know there's a line and I try not to be
Beep,
ridiculously
beep, beep. Those beep beeps, beep beeps.
at least I guess most people don't know that. I try to not to cross that line, believe it or not.
It's good to know, ladies and gentlemen, Tyler has a line.
Oh yeah, you knew that.
It's Pokemon, but not. I don't even know what
Sometimes the
I don't even
line
know how
is
to go from
blurred,
there.
but
I wanted to say something else, but I don't know. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that something? I don't.
yeah, I don't know anything
Uh,
about Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's a
okay, it,
thing.
I'm.
Yeah,
Hey, I got a name.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So that's
But
mine.
it's another card game like Pokemon, or I don't know if it's like Pokemon actually, but
Well, it's a card game,
it's
and
Japanese and it's a card
Pokemon's a
game.
card
So
game. So therefore, from that aspect, it's like it's they're like each other, right? Just like
yeah,
Magic is Magic the Gathering, right? It's a
yeah. I
card
don't know
game.
anything about that either. I think Yu-Gi-Oh might have been a show as well. I don't know.
See, now Magic the Gathering's the one I do know. Well,
Oh,
I did know, I should say, um, because I did
so
play it in the early '90s when I was in finishing up college, doing radio stuff. In between, sometimes when the songs were playing, we were doing a. I have a shift late at night or something. Might have somebody with me in the studio. We might be playing while we're songs are playing and whatnot. But
I
the,
honestly didn't know Magic the Gathering was around that long.
yeah, it started like in either late '80s or '90 or something like that. And so, so '91 maybe. I don't know exactly, but I know that by '93, when I was in my second '93, when I was second year of college, was when I was at San Jose State, and that's where I had started having those. But and I still have a deck or two around here someplace. It's like, but they're old, they're back from back then, and so it's like the last time I was at work, I say probably about 3 years ago at work. Um, there would be back when we were in our old building and we actually went into the office every day. There was like guys in the break room that would be playing, and I said, "Oh, I should bring my cards in and play with you guys." And they're all, "Oh yeah, you can bring it in." And I so I bring my Tyler has no line. So I bring my cards in to go play with them, and like I'm playing with cards from 1994, 1993. They've never, a lot of them are long discontinued,
Yeah,
and
not balanced and
they've never seen them. Meanwhile, they're playing with all modern cards that I've never seen that we're constantly having to read. What is that? What are you doing? Just, wait a second, you can't do that. Well, the card says I can. Whoa, no, that's not allowed anymore. Well, tough shit.
it is today.
It's my advantage of being old.
Do you like any of them enough to where you'd get one or two of them slabbed like a favorite card or
None of them are in good enough condition to do that.
oh, okay.
Because I mean, look, I put them in sleeves. You know, when I played, but I still played with them for a lot.
Yeah.
You know, shuffled them and everything else. So
Yeah, as soon as
I'm
you
sure
are shuffling your cards.
I'm sure that none of them, you know, even the ones that I didn't play that are soft to the side that like the Senger, you know, there might be a couple cards that are worth something even in the condition they're in. More to a player though, and less to some. I think as a slabbed per card. I think there'd be something. I think some of the Shivan dragons and the vampires and
You
some of
should
these cards.
look one or two of those up. Not necessarily now, but just
Right.
at some point. It'd be interesting
Yeah.
because they are older.
I probably disappointed though too because the last time I looked up I do have like a full deck of sealed cards or something, and I looked that up one time, and I was like, oh, is that it? Yeah. Or the last time I got all excited and I pulled out a bunch of baseball cards that I have laying around here, and I started looking. Oh, yeah, these aren't worth shit.
No. No, sports cards are really hit or miss. You got to have like that one card.
You got to have that one card. It has to be the right year set when it was hot. So like it's
Yeah,
like I guess like there's some current modern ones that are super hot, or if you have some really old stuff. But again, if you have stuff from like 2000s or late 90s and stuff, not so much. Unless again you just happen to have that one or two players.
like the Griffey rookie. I mean,
Yeah,
even
right.
Matt
Exactly.
Spy Griffey rookie. If most people probably don't know, it's like one of the most printed cards in existence. So they were really big on sports cards right then, and that he was the number one pick and supposed to be the next best thing. So they overprinted his cards. Like they didn't print it
Yeah,
with the
the
other
80s
numbers.
we
They
had
just printed a
so
shit
many
ton.
cards being printed in the 80s.
Yeah.
It was crazy. That was the big. I remember being when that boom came, and that was like, especially even like for football cards, even like Tops had been like the only one in the early 80s, and then all of a sudden it was
Oh, I haven't
like
seen it.
12 different companies printing cards and all this other stuff.
I have not seen this aggressively relaxing.
Yeah, it was something about a comic show.
Everything comes to a screeching halt now.
Oh, he's back. If you're looking to, oh, yeah, he posted a comic show. So Chip is back on Instagram currently.
Or well, made a post. He dipped his
He
toe,
made a
right?
post. Yeah. Well, for a minute there, I couldn't even like search his name. I don't even know how you do that, but it was like completely hidden.
Oh, you unlist everything and
Yeah.
oh,
So what's up with you, Mad Spidey?
I should be in bed.
You get anything exciting this week or anything?
No, it's been a bit of a. It's been one of those weeks that I'd rather have stayed in bed. That's
Oh,
why
I
I've only
feel you.
like posted one video this week because I just have not been in the mindset to be doing videos this week. So
I don't remember. Rob, are you watching Last of Us?
no.
No. And you're
Sorry.
not either.
I'll probably eventually watch, but I'm not a big zombie guy, and I've never played the game.
Is it a zombie thing?
I think it's a zombie thing, isn't it?
Technically, no, but basically, yes.
Oh, yeah, I don't care about that shit.
Yeah, well, so far I'm loving it. I never played the game, but each episode has been coming out on Sunday, just like all HBO stuff. But this week it's coming out tonight because they didn't want to compete with the Super Bowl. So if you are watching it at 9 p.m., right after In the Mix, you can go check out the newest episode of Last of Us.
I'm like looking at myself in my camera. I'm like cockeyed. It's like I'm leaning to one side. What the hell?
Why are you leaning?
I don't know. I guess my back's out of alignment.
That's one way to find out.
One shoulder's dropped versus the other. I don't know. Silly stuff. Stop looking at yourself. There's the solution, right?
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
such a handsome devil compared to this panel. Oh,
I'm half asleep. I can't disagree.
why
Even
you
though
have to
my
sleep? Just because it's like what 1 or 2 in the morning or something?
Nah, it's 11:30. 11:30.
Oh my God! It's not even the
Oh.
next day yet.
Nah, not yet. Give me 20 minutes.
They got that lean. That's right, gangsta lean. Not to be
Yeah.
confused with sizzling.
Or is it the pimp lean, where they walk the sort of
Yeah,
like the old sort of
Oh yeah, pimp walking.
pimp
You
walking.
know, part of it might be also the I forget this camera's off center slightly here too, so it might be part of that too. I don't know. Whatever.
Even though my CBCS books came in not great, that I was so pumped about that Golden Age World's Finest. That is, I love that cover.
Yeah.
He had a few 9.0s and
Yeah.
8.5s or something. And
Looking at it again with the submission, because like you have to put them in order, it looks like they may have dropped one of the stacks.
hmm.
I don't know. CBCS, I will say, is not a place that when I was sending books there on a regular basis, I know that it was a struggle. There were books that they were definitely harder or more strict on their
Yeah,
grading.
yeah. Well, I've sent a submission before and gotten like all 9/8 there.
Yeah,
Like,
but although I just sent a book, I just got a bunch of CGC books back that I just opened up.
yeah, the video.
Well,
you posted?
there's the one you saw yesterday, but there's another one that's cute. That's going to be next week on Thursday.
Ooh.
That's all modern spider books.
Oh, okay.
And that one, there's actually one book that I did not pull out of the box and show everyone because I was so freaking.
Can we see it now, or can you tell us?
Oh, I'll tell you, sure. Because I cracked it. I've cracked it back out because there's no. As soon as I saw it's a from the most recent from the last Miles Morales run. It was a New York City Comic Con exclusive variant, and it came back a 9.0, and I was like, oh, fucking 9.0. This thing was fucking pristine, and I'm looking at it in the goddamn slab, and it looks flipping pristine. And so I cracked the fucking slab and I'm looking all over it. And I can see the design of the webbing on the thing that runs along the spine where perhaps somebody thinks that, oh, those are chips and stuff in the cover. But as I'm like looking at it, there's nothing that I can tell. And I was pulled out the magnifying glass and started going over it, looking for little spine divots or whatever. None of that's there. It's just, I don't know.
Why do I feel like Rob with a magnifying glass would make a great logo? Just like look.
The comic detective. So yeah, I don't know. It's just way fucking out there to me, in my opinion. And of course, there's no graders notes on it whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it's like in my stack, there's a couple books I have that. There's another one that's coming back. That there's one book I got back today that I can see when I look at it. Or another book in that same box was the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Which came back like a 7.5, which I didn't expect it to be a 9.8. It was probably the only book in the box I didn't expect was a candidate. I didn't think it was a candidate, but I thought it was like 8.5 to a 9. Or at least I expected it would be after a press. And I'm looking at it and I can see all kinds of pressable issues still on it. So it didn't seem like it got pressed very well. And I got another book that's coming back that I read the description and it's got a lot of, seems like what they count on it is a lot of pressable things that I want to see. I may have to resubmit I got another presser I want to test. And then I may send them to have them redo and resubmit and see what I get. But so I don't know. It was weird, but no, otherwise it was a pretty good submission overall. Matter of fact, I might even have another book. I might, there's several books in there that I got that I'm just like pretty freaking happy with. Awesome looking covers and whatnot. But so that'll be next Thursday. All Spider CGC submission with custom labels.
See, Mad Spidey, you don't have to worry about any of this bullshit.
I was gonna say I am so lucky that I am a raw and low grade collector that I don't have to put up with this shit.
For some reason, for me, even though I send them in for grading, when I get them back and maybe a couple of them aren't what I wanted, I kind of just have already moved on. Like I'm happy enough.
Generally, I would say yes. I'm the same way, but it depends upon the book.
Oh
so
yeah, for sure.
So like when I'm doing most of my older books, yeah, I don't, I might see something like, who cares, move on. But some of these modern books, I mean, especially something where you think is that you look at it as a 9.8 candidate and it comes back a 9.0.
Oh
You're just like,
yeah.
and you can't see what the fuck is going on. It's like, you know what? I want to take another stab at it. Or in the case of another book, not necessarily Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. That's not a big book. It doesn't matter. It's more of just now my own. As long as if I'm going to send something off to this other guy to try something, and this is this is a book I think that might be able to be fixed. I might, what the hell, I'll throw it in there type thing. But the other one that I'm talking about that I'm being cryptic about is a book that it would shift somewhat significantly in value, if it gets the bump where I think it can by pressable. If it can get a half to a full grade bump, it would be a significantly more valuable book, and it's a major key. So it's again one of those things where it's like, okay, it's worth it to me to play the game, but generally, otherwise, I don't. The only time I've otherwise in the past resubmitted books that weren't just reholders would be something where I said, "Oh, okay, I don't really like that grade," but I set it aside, and when there was a signing opportunity, I sent it in to get signed, and then had it,
Yeah, that's a
repressed
good
and
idea.
regraded, and get the take a chance at the bump there, But
Yeah, see, I don't think my, like, besides being a raw and low grade collector, I don't think my OCD could handle, like,
Yeah.
I'd sort of learn, okay, now I think, like what Rob's been saying, oh, I think this would be at least in the nines, or this would be, no, this is definitely a 9.6, 9.8 candidate, and then comes back at like an 8.5, like that. My OCD would go crazy, and I would just, no, I wouldn't be able to do it.
that's what's going on with this one, right? So,
Yeah, that's why I couldn't do it.
I mean,
but
that's
other,
like Sarah's book that came back in 9.4. And even she said, I want to say it was like about a month ago, her and Simon were on a stream, and she was like, it looks better than Simon's 9.6. And it does. Her 9.4 looks better than Simon's 9.6. I have no idea. Like, that's one where if I sent it back in, it could get a 9.8. If I sent it back in, it could get a 9.6. But it's also that first Spider-Gwen, first print. And because of that, I think they grade those harsher. So I don't know.
Well, they on a general, they'd say as a general reasoning, you'd think modern books would get graded harsher because they are newer and technically should be,
no, I would think books
better
will be graded
condition.
the
You would think
same,
Yeah, they
regardless of
should get
age.
graded the same. Like no
should,
matter
but
what
I
the
mean,
book.
like, do you think they are, because they're so new? Like, especially if you've got like a book that's less than a
No, I
year
don't think they're
old.
graded well. So there is a leniency that's allotted to golden age books, um, and
I
stuff.
know you've
But
mentioned that before.
but when it comes to modern books, I don't think it's so much that there's a stricter thing as much as there is that there's just a load of new people grading books that just haven't developed the same consistency over time, because what's going on there where they've gotten it down to now books are coming in and getting turned around in less than a week, um, you know, without being fast tracked. Um, there's just that's just a lot of freaking people that are grading books now, and you guarantee they're not, these modern books are not getting the old what they used to claim were like graded by multiple people. I can't
Yeah.
imagine that's not being done.
No, there's no way. And yeah, it just sucks because I just think the consistency's off. Like you said, Rob, they should all be graded the same no matter what the book is. I don't give a shit.
No.
And
And
I don't like the 9.9 and 10 thing either. I think it should be more clear on what it is.
well, the fact that they don't give you any kind of information, and you're not, I mean, you're not even
Could
guaranteed.
be
Like when I
pops.
send in someone with a 9 or an 8.5, I'm not still not even guaranteed to get graders notes, right? If that grader decides that he's
Yeah.
not submitting them, I get nothing, regardless. Removing the human element, yeah, there's certain stuff, and I've heard rumors that, or read something somewhere that CGC was potentially experimenting with some AI for grading and whatnot, which would be interesting. But even if I mean, look, your turnaround times are so fast right now. There's nothing wrong with going back to having two different graders, or look at a book, or or three or whatever, or two look at it, and if there's two, if it diverges by whatever a certain amount, then you go to an arbiter or something, whatever they used to do. I'm sure I can't imagine they're doing that right now.
I would love to see.
Didn't they do 3 people in an average.
That it used to be,
Yeah,
but I don't know that I doubt that they're doing that now, and I don't see them talk about it like that anymore. So I'm sure it's not, but
I'd love to see an AI one just out of curiosity, because so there's a few card companies. There's a ton of card companies that grade, but there's a few that have exclusively gone to AI grading, and it's interesting. I don't know if I like it or not, but it's at least another option, and they're fully upfront about exactly what it's looking for.
I could see where in a car trading card, it's a little bit easier. It's front back. That's it. That's all.
And that is the big thing about.
Yeah, that's just a scan and you're done.
And especially where you can talk about whether or not an image is off center or not, and all this other type of stuff, right? It's going to be pretty good about that, grading that comic book with going through the pages. I mean, can it be done? Yes. Right. But I think there's
the only thing I could think they could do would be like I don't know how to word it, maybe 3D scan the cover, and it can indicate like dings and stuff because of the different levels of where it is. And then your cover would basically be set on that.
You have to take your camera views and stuff, and you're doing your passovers, different angles, so you can see. But
one day it's probably going to happen.
Yeah, just like one day baseball may allow machines to call balls and strikes, right?
Oh yeah, it's going to happen probably in the next couple years.
Mark,
then
good morning.
Consistent strike zone.
Hey, good morning.
Kill the conversation.
Yeah, you shouldn't greet people.
Quit saying good morning, Rob.
How are y'all on this fine day?
I have a new follower, and it's Chip Getler.
I knew he'd follow you eventually.
Yeah, well, it took a while. Anywho.
Okay, so
come to those who wait.
So I've got what do you guys think, or have you heard about the movie ticket stuff?
I try not to.
You try not to think about it?
Just think in general. What about AMC charging different prices for different seats inside of the auditorium?
Yeah, like a concert.
I don't know what you were talking about. So
kind of split because for one, I don't care because I don't have AMC theaters over here.
Yeah, I don't use AMC theaters either. So
the natural reaction is to think, "Oh, more money, that's bad." But they didn't necessarily say all that, because you could, like, we don't know. Maybe you could save $2 buying side seats or nosebleeds. Maybe those will be a couple bucks cheaper, and the ones center will be a couple bucks more.
Yeah, from what I understand, the center seats, which are the premium seats, I guess is what they're going to call them, are going to be an upcharge of up to $5. The side seats and maybe the top row might be the same, and then the very front seats are going to be maybe up to $5 off, potentially maybe just $2. And they're swinging it to where they're saying this will help more people get into the theater, because someone that maybe can't afford to go now will be able to afford a front row because it's cheaper. And then if you really want to see the movie at its best, highest quality, you can see it at the best seats.
See, where my problem with this lies in, I don't have AMC. Unfortunately, if something works for somebody, the others will go.
Yeah.
it'll spread, right? And next thing you know, they're all doing it type thing. And well, I understand, like, look, they do it for plays, right? If you go to the theater, right,
Theater.
the theater. It's common practice, right? You're paying for the symphony section or the whatever that it's broken up that way. So from their argument could be that, hey, we're aligning with what this is. But you know what? For the longest time, I guess maybe it's one of those things that's just the next thing because of the reserve seating situation, right? It used to be with GA tickets. It was all of the theaters sold. So it was just when it was all GA, it made sense that it was
You just
all
walked in.
Yeah, well, you had to decide how early were you going to line up,
Yep.
or are you going
I
to be
remember
that
going
guy
to the
who's
theater like an hour early so I'd get good seats.
I'm
Oh,
with
I know.
Rob
It was
on
like
this.
it was
This
the
doesn't
worst.
affect me, but boy, I have a lot of opinions on it.
This sounds dumb to me.
It was awful, man. I knew there was a big movie having to get there. Like, how early do you have to get there to get seats? And then to get good seats, and then like once you get there, you have to rush in the theater and get your seats. And if you, God forbid, if you went by yourself, but now how do I get concessions because I can't if I get up?
Oh yeah, like
before
middle of
movie
the summer,
starts,
people wear jackets so you could put it on a seat next to you.
because people are coming and taking your shit, and like, oh my God, I mean, it's like
That I actually remember that, like, 'cause I vividly remember seeing the first Batman movie. Yeah, the first Batman movie with Michael Keaton, and they actually oversold the cinema, and like I was actually sitting on the steps in the middle between the seated aisles to actually watch it because it was
Right.
that like over.
Well, and
oversold.
also because it was GA stuff. Like I remember when T2 came out, it was oversold at my place, and there wasn't any tickets, and so we bought tickets for like the Rocketeer, which was playing at the same time, and we just went into the T2 showing. It's like there was
Dude, I
somebody
love
else.
that everything's
somebody-
like all the theaters here. You like when you buy tickets, even if you go there and buy tickets there, at like 5 minutes before it starts, you still pick your seat.
Yeah, and that's what I like. That I
Exactly.
love being able to. Okay, my movie starts at 2:00. Great, I can leave here 10 minutes before the fucking movie. I don't have to go rushing there. That's great.
And it gives you that opportunity for that great moment, like when you have your ticket and you're walking in there all quiet and you're looking around and you're checking the letters on the ground and you're holding your ticket. You got to hold your ticket like this while you do it. Then you go.
Then you got to count.
You go down and you're counting, and
because you can never tell, is that number this chair or that chair.
So you keep that confusion. You want to keep that confusion on your face when you get to your seat, and there's some asshole in it, and you just look down at them and your ticket and them. Like,
and then you have to say something that's like offensive, but not mean to. It's like, oh, you must not be able to count. This is my seat.
Oh, you're confused too on the left, right, huh?
Yeah.
So,
then you got to sit next to them and share that armrest.
Yeah. I was going to say exactly the same thing. I'd be one of those assholes that'd be like, there'd be nobody else in the cinema except for that guy, and I'd be like, you're in my fucking seat.
And he's sitting right next to you. Then he's the dude that, like I had the last movie. I wanted the Black Panther where he fucking had it. He had taken his shoes off. So always. He was, because he had, or his sandals off, and so he's barefoot, and then he decides, rather than just having his legs straight out, no, he's got to like cross his legs so that way his bare foot now is like near my fucking food and drink.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, you fucker.
Dude. I love that.
Give it a little tickle.
Yeah.
You do this, and you do this, and when he looks all scared, you grab your food. Huh?
Yeah, this little piggy went to the market.
So were you born in a fucking cave or something? What the hell?
Yeah, no. But no, back to the thing. I mean, look, will it happen? It probably is the next evolution of things, right? This is capitalism. People will find a way to make more money where they can. Theaters or,
it's one of those. It's surprising that it's taken this long, because out of all the things that have changed since the lockdown and all the bullshit, all the price increases that we've seen, all the inflation, theaters were one of the biggest industries directly affected in a huge way. I'm absolutely shocked more of them didn't just shut the doors or file bankruptcy. And now that we're like a good, like hitting that year mark out where like things are still not back to where they are, we're just now seeing the first signs of them talking about having to take some kind of action. So I feel like it's
Yeah.
happening way
Theaters
later
have
than
shut down big time. I want to say we used to have a dozen in Fort Wayne. We have 2.
Yeah, we
and
had
they're
one.
struggling.
Mm-hmm.
No, definitely the independent ones are gone around here. But
Yep.
there's a couple, and there's the 2 big chains here at least for sure. I think sometimes there's a third chain around.
It's like
but,
Regal and AMC, I think, is all that's left, right?
We have
Well,
Georgia Theater Company.
Oh, okay.
yeah, for me, I have Cinemark, and then we have AMC, and then there's Regal. But
We have
Regal's not as
Regal and Georgia Theater Company. And the one theater here in Augusta that closed was like our discount theater, like after
Mhm.
it makes its run through the main
Right.
theater, it goes
Yeah,
to the other
We had a
one.
lot of those.
No, Cinemark is one I use. I mean, because that's who I have my. They had a movie club thing that was like which was like I liked, where it was like, okay, I pay like $9 a month or whatever, and I get every month I get a ticket, and I don't have to use it that month. They stack up.
Oh, that's nice.
And so if you don't use it, you don't lose it, type of thing. And then on top of that, you can buy additional tickets for 50% off, up to a certain number, and then you get.
Good
Hi, Lisa.
morning.
Good
Have a
morning.
good day.
You too.
Yes, it is morning now. Just 1 minute after.
There you go. And then of course, then you get the discount at the like 25% off at the concessions or something. So, when I go to the theaters, it's like most of the time I'm not paying for a ticket right then and there, because I've already paid for it through my monthly thing. And I'll have someone, okay, hey, you want to come with me? Right. I'll take 4 tickets this month. And I may not go see anything for a month or 2. And then, so it works pretty well for me. As opposed to some of the other plans I'd seen out there. So, and then on top of that, now they've added some point system on top of it too. So even though
Mhm.
I'm getting
Well,
rewards
you get like
then
free
on top of
drinks
it.
or
Well, now I'm also like getting rewards towards free tickets. So it's like I'm getting additional
Nice.
tickets on top of the tickets. And the $9 ticket is a discounted ticket, really, in reality, based on what ticket
for
prices
sure.
are. I think the only thing is that it's like, because it doesn't have to be a matinee ticket. It can be a regular. It can be a prime ticket. It can be on opening day. I think the only thing it excludes me from where it's completely covered is like if I go to like the 3D or whatever. I think their premium experiences, like if I go to their IMAX that with the 270-degree field of view or something, those they might charge me an extra $1 or $2 on top of the ticket credit, but whatever.
Yeah, that's like the one thing about the
$18 to
AMC.
see Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm so sorry, Taylor.
Yeah, ticket prices in New York are like 30.
Well,
I
Taylor's
was,
not
I
in
was
New
going to
York.
say that he's paying like Australian bloody, dollar values there.
Yeah, I
because ours
think-
are $19, $20, something like that a ticket.
I think the regular, maybe it's like 16 regular. I don't know. You know what? I don't even know. I'm just know I'm paying $9 a month for a ticket.
Yeah, I want to say that they're like 13 here at peak.
Oh wow! See, so I'm doing pretty good then.
Oh, for sure. That's really good. But the AMC thing, the one thing that they did say is that if you're I think it's called AMC Plus, like where you pay whatever X amount, you can get those seats without an additional cost. So that's that's like their way.
Use
to
our
get people
use
to-
our app,
yeah.
be a subscriber, you get benefits type thing. Yeah.
Yep. I'm worried about it overall because the theater chains have been shutting down so much, and I don't know. They need to be bringing people into the theater and not keeping people out. And if anyone stays out of the theater because of this, it's going to be a bad thing.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't, as I understand the theater model, right? For the ticket price of the movie, it's generally been such that they don't make, most of their money's not made off the selling you the ticket, right? They make very little. So it's always been, it's about getting you in there to buy the concessions. So Whatever. Yeah, $9.99 for a Cineplex membership. Yeah, so it's similar to mine.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, so we don't have like we have the like the free membership things that you can
Get rewards, but yeah,
get rewards sort of stuff. But
let
you
us
don't actually
track you and market to you, and we'll give you points for something. Yeah, this combines both actually, which is kind of nice.
I just want my popcorn tins and my collector cups, and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
And I was really happy that they proactively, like when the pandemic happened, they proactively like sent us messages saying that, oh yeah, we're pausing your membership. We're not going to keep charging you in case you forgot, because you can't, because the theaters are closing down and stuff. So they held it until they opened back up. And then when they opened back up, they said, hey, now we're back open, but we know you may not be comfortable. We're not starting it up right now unless you want us to. You have to, tell us when you want us to start it back up. And then eventually they got to the point where they said, all right. Yeah. Good morning, Lady Fantastic.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to see theaters go away. So whatever anyone has to do to keep them open, I think it'd be a really bad thing if theaters went away. For
I still have to buy my
entertainment in
tickets.
general.
I'm going to talk to my wife and find out if she wants to go see Ant-Man or not.
I just don't want it getting to that point where it's like, okay, like, before the pandemic, we were paying, $14, $15 regularly. Now they're anywhere between sort of 19 to 21 for a regular cinema sort of stuff. And I don't want it to get to the point where it's like $30 a ticket, $35 a ticket, because then I'm just going to be like,
no.
By the time you get into the cinema with just Beck and I, and you buy, a drink, even just a drink, and no popcorn, no food, no nothing, you're getting up to like $50, $60 just to see a movie. I'll be like, I'll just wait for it to come out on Blu-ray or whatever like that, sort of, because that's what's going to screw the industry.
Oh, for sure, and that they need to make sure they don't cross that line. Because if they cross that line with you, Mad Spidey, and same with me, because I go to the theater all the time, they're going to shut down. Like the big time moviegoers, where it's been a part of our lives for our entire life. If we decide not to go because of the price increase, theaters are done.
And that's the thing. Like, we've gotten to the point now where, like, even at like $21 a ticket, like, you're still looking at, by the time we get drinks and stuff, you're still paying like $50 just to go to a regular cinema. The one we do go to, they do have, like, in the regular cinemas, do have the recliner chairs now, like for the whole cinema, so you don't have to worry about, we're not going to the premium cinemas with the big fancy chairs and you're paying $50 a ticket and all that sort of stuff. So I'm saying that it's sort of a little bit more worth it because they've spent the money to give you more comfort in the regular cinema. So we're fine to do that. But now we're basically just seeing any of the superhero stuff in cinemas now. There'll be certain movies that will be like, I want to see it, but I don't want to spend the money for it. Let's just wait till it comes out, on a streaming service or on Blu-ray or whatever. So it's sort of almost crossing that line now.
Yeah, it is for sure. And that's why those mid-budget, like maybe like mid to higher budget movies aren't getting made anymore. It's like a low budget horror or big budget blockbuster movies, because those movies don't succeed anymore. Those mid budget movies. You're
not actually seeing a lot of the rom-com stuff that used to be that middle of the road.
Perfect example.
And then you're just not seeing as many of them in the cinemas anymore.
Let's see what's even out in the movies right now. I have a lot of credits. I should go to the theater. Oh, well, there you go. Tyler, Magic Mike's Last Dance is out, man.
Oh, yeah. I already saw it. One opening night.
Or at least tickets are available. I don't know if it's actually out or not. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's out because of Valentine's Day weekend. Go to the premium cinema with fancy chairs.
The Titanic 25-year anniversary.
Where's Nick? Okay.
Knock at the Cabin. Some movie called Avatar Way of Water. I don't know anything about that. That sounds stupid.
Yeah, it must be a small movie.
80 for Brady. Bunch of old ladies in love with Tom Brady.
So that movie is interesting because they decided last weekend to make all tickets $5 for the entire weekend, no matter what show. And they did really, really well because all the seniors went to see it.
Right. Yeah. Consecration.
I just think movies need to look into that more.
Puss in
like,
Boots.
what brings people in? Puss in Boots is still doing really well. That movie was
Megan,
amazing.
A Man Called
I have
Otto.
those inputs.
Do you like those movies, Matt Spidey?
I liked him in Shrek, but I didn't like the Puss in Boots movies. Like I
Same.
saw
Yeah.
the first one, and I just went, it doesn't seem to have the same like comedic flair that he was as a cameo character or whatever in the Shrek movies.
You need to see the new one, man. I think you would
House
love
Party.
it. It's out on VOD, so you can rent it now. Same with Megan.
Yeah, I'm like, look at these. There's not a lot here. Nothing here like jumps out. Like, I don't want to see the BTS story. I don't care to see a remake of House Party.
It's a lot older than Leonardo's girlfriend.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Yeah.
He doesn't go over.
Oh yeah.
What's his role? It doesn't go over like 25 years old or something like that.
Now, what's interesting is we do
joke.
have the theater I'm at has a lot of Bollywood films too, though, because of this area. So you can go see some Bollywood films. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot here that excites me, that's for sure, or gets me interested. Really? Black Adam still in theaters?
See, Gray Man.
You must be the only theater that has it.
No. They put it's like a recent one, but it's still listing the recent movies or whatever. And so I guess that I don't know why it's on the list if I can't buy tickets for it. That's stupid.
I'm looking now, see what comes out next week. Knock at the Cabin was good though.
Ant-Man comes out next week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Looks like Scream 6 is coming out soon. The Jesus Revolution. Cocaine Bear is coming out soon.
I'm not really interested in that.
No, nor am I, but I think it's just hilarious, right?
I don't think it looks hilarious. I hope it is, I guess. But
I mean,
I've never heard anything about it.
It's just
it's based on a true story
cocaine.
of a bear that ate cocaine that fell out of an airplane.
There was like a drug shipment that was dropped over the woods, and a bear got into it, and yeah. What is a bear high on a crap ton of cocaine like? And for us, our bear aren't your cute little koalas.
Yeah, everyone knows koalas are nice.
Yeah, these are our the North America's largest predator.
I thought koalas could be mean and like scratch you.
They can, but most of the time they're so doped up that they don't.
They give you STD. Not saying that jokingly.
No, they can. They can give you chlamydia.
Yep.
Yeah, not like because you're banging a koala bear, but like just from interacting.
Yeah. If they scratch you, you basically get chlamydia. But if you already have it, then who cares, right?
Yeah, who cares? Yeah.
Take a tablet.
But I do like it. So I did like the idea that somebody thrown out the idea that the cocaine that was found off of New Zealand. That somebody threw out the idea in one of the chats about cocaine shark, and I said, yeah, cocaine sharknado. That would be like so.
Oh yes.
Cocaine penguin.
How would they act different?
No, if it was New Zealand to be cocaine sheep.
They'd stop eating people due to lack of appetite.
Well, except the cocaine was found in the ocean, the water. So they said it was like enough cocaine to like take care of New Zealand's cocaine needs for 30 years. I was like, that's a lot.
Exactly.
Maybe they don't have many cocaine users. Maybe that's their problem.
In the true story, that bear still owes money.
But nobody wants to go collect.
Yeah.
Shout out to Go Collect.
So, Spidey, do y'all have what are they called? Quokkas? Do y'all have those where you're at, or those only on that?
There are quokkas native to Rottnest Island. That's the only place, and that's off the coast of Western Australia. That's the only place.
No one's put a couple in their pocket and came back to the mainland yet.
You'll find them in like wildlife sanctuaries and zoos and stuff like that. But as indigenous to land, it's only on that island, and that is it.
Free
Yeah,
comics.
you would think people would
I
take
think
them
I
and
remember
like
that.
they'd start getting wild other places because everyone loves them.
Well, they even say
You
like,
lived for
because
30
I
years,
went there
you
when I
lived
was a
for 30
kid. Yeah, I went there when I was a kid, and I still remember even back then, like all the signs saying, don't pet them, don't feed them, and everything like that, because everybody that goes there automatically does all of that stuff. Everybody wants to take photos with them. Everybody wants to, try and pat them and stuff like that. But there was cute as all hell, but
TM,
Who, me?
hit that camera, TM.
Yep.
what's that? Australia and Madagascar are like the coolest bottleneck places for bottleneck evolution, awesome flora and fauna. And deadly flora and fauna.
Like Little Shop of Horrors.
Not that bad, but yeah, not far off. Founder of Naked Slabs, you reckon?
What's up, Travis?
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Did
Good
your
morning.
did your Legion loot win make it to you yet?
I don't think so. Not yet.
I mean, you would know. You would have it.
Cocaine has become the
Let me look at
X-Force
my
of
hands.
drugs.
Yeah, let's check my
No.
hands.
I will announce that I will be. I just did get another eBay win in, so I will be doing another reveal of that. Plus, another photo is coming to Instagram.
Oh, good.
Right.
Unfollow.
I hope it's a bigger book this time.
I hope it's a really small book, one of those mini books.
Just have one of those keychains on his finger thing.
It's going to be a standing up photo this time, so I'm gonna be posing, and it's. I have an idea. It's gonna be fun.
Like a Game Boy
Are you
Color
going to do
game.
Captain Morgan?
Check out my new Game Boy Color.
No.
one leg up on the couch where you're.
You look at the photo and you can feel the breeze.
No, Travis or Mark, did Travis win that Austin LeMay slab? Was that the one?
Yeah.
Hell
believe
yeah.
so.
Dope, man.
I don't remember who won the first one.
I remember you looked it up a while ago.
No, I said I needed to.
Oh, okay.
That's my first yellow label.
Oh, well, that's a hell of a first yellow label.
And Beckerman says you got to do some sit-ups before you take the next photo.
Yeah, I have been. I've been fasting.
Little electro pads to work out all day while you're just walking around.
Just swinging in the breeze.
Speaking of movies, yeah, I'm pumped to go see Ant-Man next week on the 16th.
That's coming quick. I haven't made any plans or anything yet.
Neither have I. I have to
Well,
think about that.
oh no! Fuck. I almost revealed my naked body on cam.
I saw it backstage. Travis, you got one up on him.
Yes.
I didn't want people to see that. Covered. Rob would appreciate this. I covered my junk instead of with a slab with the spatula.
Nice.
Why would Rob appreciate that?
Answering the age-old question, where's the beef? Now we know.
That way he can flip his meat.
Exactly. You guys figured out the riddle. Wow. I expected to. I don't know. I expected you. Yeah, I expected you guys to like mull over this for a while, and you hit it right on the head. No pun intended there either. What's going on, gentlemen?
Slow going morning.
Yeah. Thank you, Freaky Louie. I appreciate that, sir.
We were talking about movie tickets earlier, DJ. How much are movie tickets in New York?
So obviously, I am in
a child. They have to give you a child every time.
Child or a
Pretty
kidney.
much.
Goes into labor.
Yeah.
What if you see a movie not at Epstein's Island?
You have oh shit.
How much is
You have
that?
you have to give a blood and a semen sample.
Okay,
I'm
that's fair.
Not giving up my blood.
I'm trying to. I'm actually trying to see, right. So where I go, Alamo Draft House is 1999.
Oh,
Wow.
that's not as bad as I thought it was.
What's up, Tylox? It's 1999, and then in AMC, like AMC Regal in 42nd Street, where I went to see Black Adam, the tickets there are like $23.99.
Wow.
Yeah, is that
Yeah, and they'll be upcharged from that now at AMC. So
AMC is going to die? Like
I think so too.
nobody's gonna go for that. Like that's some bullshit. Because the whole so what they did first, like over here, which they they implemented, I think I want to say like 3-4 years ago, like before the pandemic. So before it used to be first come first serve. Like you had to get to the movie. Like when the Marvel movie started popping, I would have to go an hour and a half
Yep.
before.
the general admission. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they started doing the reserve, which was amazing, and shows will still sell out even with the reserve seating. So for them to upcharge for premier seats, like right in the middle, I think is some bullshit. I just don't get that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about them
but-
downcharging for shitty seats?
Downcharging. Yo, you snooze, you lose. You don't use it, you lose it. Whoever smelt it dealt it. That's
DJ, do you understand those? I mean, the devil's argument is the theaters do it, right? When you go to go see it, go to the theater for live action, right? So and that's the worst part is when you think about it like that. I start to have a little bit, it's like, well, what's really the difference between the movie versus the theater, other than
So Rob,
you know,
the one thing I have is Dan Merle, the best YouTuber
Yeah.
ever. He was saying,
Yeah.
now, did you see Avatar? Because if you've seen it,
of course not.
if you've seen it, well, no, it's just this was his example. If you've seen Avatar,
Okay, I thought you were asking me a question.
You haven't seen Avatar until you've seen it in this seat.
Yeah,
Like, no one
that's
says
dead ass serious. Center.
No one said, but no, that's what he said. That like no one really says it because like when you see a movie, you go and see the movie, and maybe if you have like a shitty front row seat, that sucks. But besides that, like you still see the movie.
Yeah, one thing I noticed to that point, because like I have seen the same movie in the theater a couple of different times in a couple of different formats. Having said that, when I went to the Real D one, just a standard 3D, I did notice like, and it was a long movie that I'm referring to here. I found myself sitting in different ways and stuff and comfortable watching the movie just fine. When I went the third time, I went to an IMAX 3D showing, sat center, and I noticed it looked fantastic. But I also noticed with the IMAX glasses, which are different than the standard 3D glasses, I could not sit however the fuck I wanted. I had to maintain level and straight. And Finn was with me. That was one thing that, like, he was sitting there having to prop up to do and stuff. Because if you recline, it takes away.
Or if you like do this,
if you do this or anything, it immediately
for
takes
3D,
away the clarity of the film.
For 3D stuff, I could definitely see where there's
it's a gimmick.
that's an issue, right?
Yeah.
But
you're already paying for it with the 3D.
For the most part, for me, like when I go to the theater, where I sit in the theater has more to do with A, my comfort level, but B, also I purchase based on from an acoustic because I'm an audio guy. And so for me, I tend to know where the sweet spots are for the theater, audio design and stuff. Not always, actually.
No, it's not. It's more towards the back.
Yeah, two-thirds from the screen. It's actually more usually, but then still center, left to right. Yes,
Rob is the man. Yeah, absolutely.
But
now, are you considering where they've placed their speakers to make that judgment?
Actually, I do. I have one of my good buddies of mine works. One of my good guys works for Dolby Labs and THX, and it works for the theaters themselves.
What is cinema audio wise? What is cinema? What did you call it? Cinemark.
Cinemark. That's one of the.
What do they use? Because I know the different theaters have different setups that they advertise. And the Dolby Amos, is that right? Amos.
Yeah, Atmos. Yeah.
That's what the Georgia Theater Company uses.
That's the newest one. Yeah, is the Dolby Atmos, which you can also get for your home now too. But it requires a lot more speakers.
They have that little 10-second intro where it's just showing the 3D-ness and saying IMAX in it. They say something about laser enveloped sound system. I don't know what company.
Yeah, there's all kinds of
IMAX
ones.
Sound system.
But my buddy works for Dolby, so I mean, specifically with the theater division, working out and helping them to get their systems set up and whatnot.
Good
But
morning, Icebox.
I feel like I miss out. Actually, I'm still old. I'm still old school enough that I only have a 5.2 surround system in my house. I never went with like moved to the 7 or the full Atmos or anything else.
Get
but
out,
I have
Raj.
a, but I have a
shocked,
Get
Robert.
outta here.
yeah, but
You can't speak on this topic anymore.
in my defense, DJ,
I lost
I
all
did say-
respect for you.
I did say 0.2, so I am running multiple subs first, and second, I'm running tower speakers all around, no little itty bitty things.
Next, we're going to find out that you use a plastic beard comb.
No. And then my main speakers, I do have a 7, actually a 9 channel amp, but I have my main speakers are bi-amped. So
It's very progressive of you.
Yeah. I have a pretty sweet setup. I have a bunch of speakers, and then behind me on the sofa, I just have a bunch of trained kids reciting the movie in its entirety.
whole choir, children's
Yeah.
choir.
Sound
is
of
back
Music. Where are they now? They're in DJ Lynx's house.
Yeah. It's terrible when the sex scenes
It's like
come
a
on.
performance. Oh my God. Jesus.
You try to make out with your wife, and there's a whole choir of children back there.
I'm like, mute.
You guys avert your eyes, turn around, and face the other way. But the
Jesus
acoustics,
Christ.
oh shit, you're right.
So DJ has the people under the stairs here. Yeah.
Nice.
Put your
But-
blindfolds on, kids.
But Rob, to your point before about seating position, 2/3
Yeah.
back, I started lately, and when I say lately, I want to say like the last year and a half, sitting further and further back to get better sound. So I don't know if my ears are going
We
or
always sit back row center.
I
But
like
our
it.
cinemas are probably not as big as yours as well.
see, but that's a good seating too, Spidey, because if the movie's trash, you can get freaky deaky.
It's always going to be
No
different from
comment.
theater to theater. I mean, so it's like every room that you go in, the shape of the room is going to have some augment to it. Now, the theory, if it's a good cinema, they should be doing as much as they can to optimize the sound. They got enough speakers, everything else, but it's still never going to be. It's still going to be best in that center strip, and
Mhm.
generally, it's somewhere between in the back half of the theater is going to be your better spot typically.
Yeah. No, you're
What's the
absolutely
What's the top 4 movies that you guys are going to go see this year?
I can't even think of. I can't even say for certain I'm going to see one.
I'm going to go see Ant-Man, Rise of the Beasts, Mario, and the
You just
Flash
wanted
for
to-
sure.
What the
You
fuck
just
is
wanted to
a
say
Mario? What is a Mario?
Mario Bros.
He
Dude,
just
the
wanted to
Mario
say-
movie,
He
the
just wanted to say
sound.
Rise
Did anyone
of
see
the
Donkey
Beast with
Kong
me here.
talk? Donkey Kong talking like makes me not want to see the movie anymore.
It's definitely Flash. Definitely
Yes.
Transformers: Rise of the Beast because
Yeah.
love Transformer movies. Aquaman and probably Blue Beetle would be the top 4 for me.
Oppenheimer for me.
Oppenheimer.
I
Hopefully,
didn't even think about that, but it still doesn't take top spot.
the Exorcist remake that comes out in October.
Yeah,
I can't wait
didn't
to
even
see
know about
the
that.
DJ
Is
Link
it-
sex
Is the
party.
Evil
That's
Dead
coming out.
remake or not remake? But does the new
Oh.
Evil Dead come out this year?
Evil Dead Rise, hell yeah, that looks awesome. Dungeons and Dragons, as Too Tasty
Dude,
says.
that's gonna flop so hard.
Yeah, that's gonna.
You can
That's,
just look at a
It's gonna be
trailer
like another
sometime.
war type movie.
Mhm.
Unless it's really good and there's word of mouth. That would be it.
no, that's gonna
No.
tank.
I feel like that's one of those franchises that,
Is
like,
Across the
whenever you make
Spider-Verse out
it, like a lot of the fandom
Yes,
is
man.
like, "Fuck that."
Yeah, Guardians 3 Across
Yeah,
the
oh, yeah,
Spider
I
Verse.
forgot about that.
Definitely. Guardians 3 probably takes Blue Beetle spot for me. Or actually, it's in the top 4. I'm
I don't care
excited.
what anybody says. Mario's going to be fantastic.
What the
Yeah.
fuck is a Mario?
Yes.
I'm-
Mickey, Across the Spider Verse.
I'm waiting for the TM Nerdy biopic where he lives. It starts out with him living a shy, sheltered life, and at the end, it climaxes with him naked on his sofa with a slab.
Climax as well.
Is Dune 2 this year?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
Dune
it's
is-
December.
That moves
Yeah.
into the top 4 spot.
that's my number
Dune
one.
2 comes out this year. Dune Part 2, yeah. Well, I'll definitely be going to the theater and paying for those premium seats. Yes, ma'am.
I think it's called More Dunes. Dune 2, More Dunes. Sandy as fuck.
Yeah, I'm totally down for that. and then they can have Sandy Squirrel from SpongeBob in it.
What's that?
Yo.
Are you listening to music or just like jamming?
Just listening to you boys, you lads.
Founder of Ball Smashing LLC.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, when I came to get on, I was like, "What is this? What is a headliner? What headlining? What am I headlining?"
Take
I was
advantage
like,
of it.
I get to create more stuff. Oh, this is great.
Promote yourself.
Yeah, I don't like it. It shifts the name tag up higher, and I don't like it.
I agree, Robert.
Well, what if that tag doesn't like you?
Yeah.
That's fine. We mutually don't like each other. So,
That's that. So yours should be Sound Snob.
I used to be. I'm not as much as I used to be.
You know?
No. Unless of course we're talking about like little speakers who people put sound bars or listen to their TVs through their TV speakers, or have little itty bitty speakers systems. And go, oh yeah, I got a great sound system, and they got like
the Bose
frickin'
speakers.
oh my god, yeah, I think that they get
There with
great sound.
earbuds in.
So
It's
what
like
do you think about like it's got a bar at front, but like say in the corners of each room, you've also
Mhm.
got like a speaker box.
Mhm.
So you have like a 3 speakers, like a center channel.
You
Yeah,
could
those
have
are
the
a
bar, the
step up. What's
speakers,
funny
and the
is,
subwoofer.
I mean, they're a step up. Look, anything that's not using your TV speakers is an improvement because your TV speakers are crap, especially in today's televisions. But you know,
Maybe that's why you guys sound like shit all the time. I just need better
Yeah.
speakers.
I mean, my gravitas of my voice doesn't come through when we're listening on a little 2-inch speaker that's only got in a cabinet that's only half an inch thick.
I agree.
Physics. There's limits to what you can do with physics. No matter how many chamber tubes you tuned tubes you pass the backflash through, and
Yeah, I think we're losing about 86.4% of your charm with standard speakers.
Listen, Lady F, the sound of my voice does things to you. Not all good things, but it does things to you.
Yeah, say Mario. See what it does.
Oh, Mario? Mario. So
Mario.
there's this Mario movie, but I want to see Mario.
I'm wet.
Because
Mary Sue's cousin.
yeah, Mario. She's got a lot going on, and also has an Italian descent, and
I thought that was
false.
I thought that was a brand of cereal. Mario's.
oh hey, Nick is in here. Nick, we found out that the 25th anniversary of Titanic is playing in my area. If you want to come out, watch Titanic.
It's everywhere.
Oh, it's everywhere. There you go, buddy.
I might actually go see that.
It's in 4K and 3D. It's the first 4K release.
That's right. We can get
okay. So what is 4K? Just better graphics?
It's a tighter resolution. So it has to do with the easiest way to think of the number of pixels across within the confines of the screen.
Okay, so cool.
There aren't any graphics in movies. They're called special
when
effects.
You see it in a big theater or something, there's a benefit. Where this is the funny part when it comes to televisions in your home.
Yeah.
Depending upon your distance from the television and the size of your screen, there's a certain distance at which you have a point where there is no benefit of being on a 4K versus a 1080p versus being on a 480p. These are all things that we used to all the time. We used to tell back in my day. We learned and used to tell people, it's like, look, yeah, you can. If you're going to get a 42-inch television, you're going to sit 12 feet back from your TV. You don't need to go to the highest, greatest resolution. You can't tell the difference. Your eyes can't discern that. Now, if you're going to be up closer to it, great. Or if you're going to get a really big TV, then great. And there's this whole sliding scale of where that's at.
Yeah, I agree with you until your cat dies, and then you just like, I need to buy something, and you just go.
Well, you still may not get a benefit from it other than the dopamine hit from getting something new. But the visual benefit you may not get doesn't mean that you can't go get the best, because, of course, as a guy, DJ, you will be judged by your friends on the electronic equipment you have in your home.
Yes.
Now
that is absolutely right.
We know this.
What's Rob
People
saying,
will think
though,
you're
like,
less of a man if you're only using a 720p
when it
TV.
comes to those step ups, it's not
You're right,
just
Rob.
the pixel quality that you're getting a step up and an improvement in. It's also like the actual clarity and the color vibrance and like the contrast. And now you have that high dynamic range for like
That
the
has
colors.
nothing to do with the 4K.
No, it doesn't. But that's what I'm talking about. The difference in the actual, like if you go get a 1080 television, it does not have HDR in it. If you go get a 4K capable television, it does have that HDR in it. And it doesn't matter how far you sit from, you will notice you're looking at a more vibrant and a more dynamic
Those could be also
like
whether it's backlit can also have to do with
and it
the
also
black
goes to do
levels.
with your settings. But there's what it is television have technology settings, and the newer ones are in the higher end ones that are not present in the older ones.
I
So
think
you'll
what
notice
Regent's trying to say is that there's
you'll
more than
notice-
one factor that
well,
determines.
yeah. What I'm saying is you might not notice the difference between the pixel count, which is true, but I can
That's
see-
all I was
don't
talking
give
about
a
was
shit
just
how
strictly
far away I
resolution.
am from a television. I can tell you if it's in 4K or if it's in 1080 easily, and I can also tell
What
you
is
if the
going on?
Auto Motion Plus is on in anything. Like I sit there and I play with all my settings.
If everything is equal except for the resolution,
Everything's not equal is the point I'm making. And how do you feel about Auto Motion Plus? Because that's another thing that absolutely takes something from the 90s.
different
automatically
technology.
gives it
I'm
like
just
a
talking. We
premium
were
link.
just simply
Yeah.
talking, Mark. We're just simply talking about pixel resolution. That's it.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like there's
Mark shows violence. Mark shows violence.
Well, no,
My
it's
favorite thing about
leading
pixel
to
resolution
Auto
is
Motion
that if
Plus
you look at
conversation.
this cover of X-Force #1, it has no pixels in it. But you know what? It is a great cover because it is a wraparound cover. And if you go to the back, this one is missing the cutout because I cut it
perfect.
out for bad idea. So I'm asking you, community, what's your cover of today?
I'm going with your copy of X-Force.
Wow.
Did he jump or you kicked him?
He does this every week.
Tyler kicked him.
No, I didn't.
Oh. Yeah, bad idea.
I wish I kicked him.
No, but to Rob's point, the 4K thing, he's absolutely right. That's why I tell people when specifically for videos, right? If you're editing videos for the web, for somebody's website, whatever it is, if you're shooting in 4K, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit of my real life.
Line?
Yeah, to put it on the line, on your modem, on the U of tubes. If you shoot in 4K, don't edit in 4K. So like if you're editing in Adobe Premiere or something that you could scale down, always edit your footage in 1080p because nobody watches their shit in 4K. In 1080p, and then when you do zoom ins or do close-ups and things like that, you don't lose pixelation. Yeah.
You would lose pixelation in higher quality?
Yeah, so if you're editing in, all right, let's say StreamYard right now, right? So if you record in StreamYard, it records at one resolution. So none of us got the business, so it records in 720p. So let's just say if you're editing in 720p. If you go to zoom in on, whatever, the thing on your shirt, the name on your shirt, it's going to look very pixely because the standard is set for editing at 720p.
And now you go to a lower and then you're going to go to lower as you zoom in, which was the whole thing with digital zoom versus optical zoom on cameras, and same thing with even digital stabilization versus optical stabilization. When you're using it on a camera, when you go to a digital stabilization, it reduces the actual picture the image size. Number of pixels being used to record the image, so that it has extra pixels around it for buffer, so you can do the detection of the digital stabilization. So you'll always get usually better with the optical stabilization versus digital. And if you're going,
Rob, is that digital stabilization that feature that was on? God, what was that little meeting platform we used for C3?
No, that was different. My meeting platform that was cool. Just where it was just using facial. That's just using face tracking and trying to keep your face track center within the confines of the display area.
That was a highlight of C3 for me.
It made me dizzy, but in a good way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was just we're all like that. Going,
It's using technology where it's going, look, I'm shooting a widescreen image here, but I'm only displaying it like in this case where we're all in a small confined space. So therefore, in order to keep it, if I move over here, wanting to track and follow me within that picture frame, so that way I stay centered within the.
Rob showed up for business, and we're all a bunch of kids playing with this fucking new toy.
Did you see? Speaking of that kind of technology, that new technology for I forgot what the name of it is. So it's like you're on Zoom meetings, and it's like an additional technology that or plugin that goes into Zoom, and it focuses your eyes, so it looks like you're constantly looking in the camera. But you can close your eyes, you can look down, and
Oh,
the AI makes it that your eyes are always looking
Oh,
in the
great!
camera.
So
I've
here,
seen a
so
lot of
here's
like
our here on our
YouTube
meeting
shorts or
platform. This is
reels
the
like
sell. I
that.
like this. Here's our meeting platform, so you can do business when you're away, but you can fake your boss into thinking you're paying attention to them. But
Until they ask you a question, right?
right,
Have
you
y'all
know
seen?
what?
I've
I'm
seen a
sorry.
lot of those reels and shorts where people use that while they're dancing. So like they're hopping around dancing, but the camera's like keeping their face dead even
Mhm.
in the
Well, yeah,
video.
and I've seen the trick your husband thing and all the other stupid
The
shit.
what?
Some stuff on reels. Never mind. Anyways, yeah, there you go. Collecting
The
dirt.
trick your
I
husband.
use a sound bar and good ones, a home theater. If you get the good ones, it's a home theater.
you
Well,
got Tyler shook on that trick your
sound
husband
sound
shit.
bars are better than
Or
TV
Mark, my
speakers.
bad.
So there you are.
But soundbars don't give you the entire home theater experience.
I mean, there is what's called virtual surround that can be utilized with it, and it works fine if you happen to be in that sweet spot, but it has a very narrow sweet spot where you can get the 3D effect of sound from it.
Bless you.
You have to be pretty much dead center onto it.
Bless
So,
you.
You're such a tech nerd.
but hey, it's better than TV speakers. So there you
Yeah.
go.
But then at that, I mean, you're gonna get what you pay for. So it's like
Right,
the
exactly.
Bose ones are insane. Not the Bose, Sonos.
I am
Bose.
blown away by the fact that I mean when I still now it has been 8 years since I've been in the audio industry, and I was surprised back then at the explosion of sound bars and the technology that definitely got way better. The Yamahas and all these other things that were coming out, and seeing $1,000 plus sound bars and stuff was kind of impressive to me. But still, I'll lay down. If I have the room, which I do, I will run speaker cables and tower speakers all around my room because you know what? I don't use it just to listen to TV, even though that's most of what I do when I sit down and I want to do some critical music listening. There's nothing better than a full-blown true sound system with high-end system where you can hear the nuances of the fingering the guitar and all the other stuff that goes into it.
Fingering.
And you can close your eyes and you can visually place the different musicians on the stage and very distinct locations and what's going on. I mean, it is just nothing better.
There was so I went when I was in college, I went to home with a friend of mine who lived in Alabama or whatever. But fucking her stepdad spent like 2 hours showing me his like tower speakers and like
That's what he called it.
and vinyl
Were you impressed as fuck for 2 straight hours?
Well, I really actually enjoyed him explaining how wax records were made and the fact that it is exactly linear, the sounds made in real life and the divots made in the vinyl. So it's going to be the most accurate period that you can listen to is the wax imprinting, which I thought was very interesting.
Wax Comics.
Wax Comics. So I don't know, but he was really fucking into it, and I had to act like I cared for a lot longer than I actually
Vinyl with the right equipment,
after the first minute
is very impressive. I have still found to me, and of course, this is not most people don't have it, and I don't even have it in my home. But if you can listen to stuff on the old reel to reels on 14 inches per second. That is by far the best I've ever heard any audio. The good old fashioned reel to reel on 14 inches per second speed. Just absolutely amazing.
I mean, even has reel to reel.
You haven't heard audio until your choir of children is singing behind you as you sit in your
right.
sofa.
Well, of course, yeah.
Yeah, you haven't heard audio until you are on an airplane next to a screaming child.
But so we used to in the early days of digital, we used to actually this is how we used to explain compression. Audio compression to people is we used to say, look, Matt, when you used to go to the studio, you recorded musicians and stuff on reel to reel, you record it at 14 inches per second. So for every 1 second of sound, 14 inches of audio tapes being used, right? That same thing would be condensed down into reels that would go out to studio reels, and then eventually, when you got your home cassette back in the day when we used to use cassettes, that was 1.5 inches per second. So you would go from 14 inches per second compressed down to 1.5 inches per second, and that's why when you used to listen to that stuff, the tape quality is awful. It's one, and there's so much loss at the high and the low end of the audio spectrum, and everything else. That's just, it was like the perfect analog of explaining it.
If you're like an audiophile, one of the most favorite things that I had as a kid,
not to be confused with a pedo,
was the Criterion Collection. It was a taco bar with DJ Lynx's name on it. No, it was a Criterion Collection of Monterey Pop Festival from 1967, and that was amazing to watch because it had all the reels and everything like preserved and I guess really enhanced or whatever, but you got to see like fucking Ravi Shankar play, and then like it would shoot to the audience and there'd be Jimi Hendrix and he'd be like just jamming out. And so you could see all these artists that were like groundbreakers, and they were like reveling in one another's performances. Like Mama Cass from the Mamas and Papas was watching Janis Joplin play Ball and Chain, and she was just like, it's just one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Fucking love all them people, man. I think Otis Redding was there. Everybody.
That's why I hate when like on award shows, like the Grammys just passed. When these music award shows where people are performing and then the artists are just sitting there like stone faced, and like Taylor Swift gets shit for like dancing and like celebrating. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, dude, you're supposed to enjoy other people's shit. But those people are so look. What kind of job do you have where every year you feel like you got to get together with all your coworkers and pat yourself on the back and give yourself a fucking trophy? That's so stupid. You're a joke. Those people, do your fucking job. Sing a song.
You're already getting paid a lot. Go, move on.
Shout out to all the Swifties.
Madonna went Michael Jackson, y'all. Madonna went Michael Jackson with this guy.
I didn't watch it, so I don't know what happened.
I don't know what you mean by that.
I heard she did.
She hung out to watch.
She looks like a clown.
She looks like a Raelian.
Is she dangling babies from a balcony? Like,
no, she went Michael Jackson. She's
like
boys
over for sleepovers.
Wait, you mean to tell me that Madonna did something controversial? Never.
I don't think it's controversial.
No. Usually, it would just be about like humping shit, but now it's like she fucking, it's like she changed her whole face. Like, I'm down with some like cone boobs. That's fine, Madonna. But like, girl.
Oh, her plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. We
don't human. It's judge. Really sad. Oh man. I don't know.
I don't care.
You got to have some real issues to like look herself in the mirror and be like, I look better now.
Papa, I know you're going to be upset because I was always your little girl.
But I cut up my face and now I look like the mask. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's just Mask. It's not The Mask.
Holy shit. Esteban hit it on the money.
Because The Mask is
Laura Dern, fucking Cher, Mask.
I can't unsee it now.
Eric Stoltz, Mask.
Christ.
She looks like the puppet from Saw. What's his name? Billy the puppet.
Yeah. People were saying that. That's funny you said this.
I cannot unsee it.
Tough, man.
There's no way that's real.
As we say in the
I thought the same
that's
thing.
Gotta be a mask.
We say bless her heart.
I hope it's a mask.
It is a mask of sorts.
I mean, bless her face.
Yeah. I'm sure the rest of her's fine. But that face, man.
I mean, I wouldn't say that.
I don't know, man. It's strange the complexes that these people get. But whatever, man. She's got enough money to where she could have dealt with it years ago, but she chose to get surgery instead. Yeah, I'd still go see her. I mean, it doesn't mean that her entertainment value has changed. It's just she might need a bag over her head.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Did y'all get any cool books lately?
On
Nothing.
the way.
Nothing for you assholes.
No, all my stuff's coming in today or tomorrow. So.
Oh yeah.
I did get a slab in today that I won on eBay.
Is it Mario?
Yeah.
It's Mario.
Is it currently on your crotch?
Mario.
It'll be a great photo. I have an idea of how I'm going to take the photo, but I'll do the video first of like the reveal of it.
I
But-
think
You know what's weird?
We don't want to see any reveals from you, thank you.
yeah, no more reveals from you.
I look at the Madonna picture, at least the picture that I'm seeing from the thing of her and her face, and it reminds me of Chrissy Teigen.
Yeah, that's
far
not.
off.
It's like worse than Chrissy
Yeah.
Teigen, but
It's, yeah.
I didn't say it's the same. I said it just reminds me.
yeah. But that's a good comparison.
Down that vein, yeah.
It does remind me of Christy Teigen when she was beaten to a pulp with 2x4s.
Wow.
Was she? I
Well,
didn't know.
that's called surgery. Plastic surgery.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Plastic surgery.
Oh,
DJ.
score AR.
Her doctor before.
Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Links, everybody. You can follow him on social media.
All the
No,
little
I'm just
girls
saying.
love him.
I think what the
Jesus
problem
Christ.
is like people have pumped these people's heads up so much that they think they're never going to age and they're never going to like look different than they did when they were 25. And when they start to realize that they do look different than they did when they were 25,
Well, it's
they freak out.
narcissism. It's narcissism,
And
dude.
then they
Courtney
like,
Cox is one of the worst for me.
Yeah, I think it's that they just want to stay, like Tylex was just alluding to, staying young. Because what happens is, at the height of your fame, like let's just say, for example, I mean, this is a lie, but Madonna, her biggest year was when she was 30, right? She
Like
wants to
94-ish or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just throwing out an arbitrary number, but let's just say her biggest year was 30. She wants to stay 30 for the next 60 years because that's what people want to buy.
Yep.
Well, she's got to deal with the fact that
Excels.
she's a human and not just a product, and that she's going to have to be human and experience human things like fucking aging, like the rest of us, actual mortals.
Former human.
Former.
Except Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston is like 60 and still looks like she did when she's 25.
She's not too bad. She doesn't look super bad. Yeah, there's
No,
some
Yeah, but
people
she
out
changed.
No,
She
she-
changed her nose, and now she doesn't look the same.
Yeah,
there. Oh yeah,
she
that's like Jennifer
has.
Grey to me.
I agree with Tylock. She looks the same.
Like,
Similar.
I
She
saw
looks-
a quick thing on that like reunion thing that they did for Friends or whatever like that, and like every single one of them, like at least like Matt LeBlanc or whatever his name is, he's gotten fat and grey and whatever, but he's just that's just a natural aging thing. Everybody else has changed.
Yeah.
Tyler
Someone
Perry
take
is a
one.
dick.
Oh,
Is
his shit is crazy. Not Tyler Perry.
Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry.
Oh,
Look,
he's
they're all
he
the
looks
same. Tyler
horrible.
Perry's Medina.
They look the same, so I get them mixed
Yeah.
up. Too.
Yeah, and exactly the same.
Dude, yeah, he looks really rough, and he seems like he's really far
He's a
gone.
dick. He was going after Keanu Reeves. Who fucking goes after Keanu Reeves?
What he said about Keanu?
Oh man, he said something about like he called him what did he call him?
Like if Keanu would have just died, like something
Yeah,
like
he said why did it have to be Rivers Phoenix? Why couldn't it have been Keanu?
like Keanu Reeves.
And
And
I
he
was
Yeah.
kept coming for
Why do
Keanu.
you want him to die instead of Rivers Phoenix?
It was bitchy. It was like, oh god. Asshole.
I mean,
Why wasn't it you, Matthew?
was it a joke?
No.
No, it wasn't a joke. It was a really
it was him
weird
being like
statement.
completely serious. He was like dealing with his demons right there on the camera, and he's like, "Why couldn't it have been someone else instead of my friend?" I was like, "Because they didn't.
Oh,
Because they didn't do a whole bunch of drugs and pass out in the Viper room. I don't know, like why.
Yeah, it
why
was
one person and not another.
it was part of his like book, his biography or whatever, and he was
Yeah.
just like, and it's just like, God, you're a dick, dude.
wow.
Yeah, he went off the deep end.
Jesus.
Yeah, Keanu. Oh, I'll tell you who's fucking beautiful. Helen Mirren, man. She's a hot mama for her age, dude.
She's ageless. She just
And she is.
Elvira really hasn't aged at all.
No, she has. She just does a lot with makeup and a push-up.
But see, I think
Yeah.
there's something to be said about aging gracefully.
Because you can say the thing about Dolly Parton. She does amazing things consider with makeup and everything, you know?
Well,
She's
I can
gorgeous,
tell
but she's
that
having a
like
time.
Dolly's had lots of plastic surgery done. You
Yeah,
can start
sure.
telling now
Probably.
that she's getting way like.
You know who
Well,
aged very
fucking-
well is look at Mr. DJ Links. That man, he's beautiful.
He is. He is.
Oh,
Thank
it's
you,
safe.
thank
Got
you,
him on
Robert.
in.
Stay
Am I really going to open this nerdy?
Yeah,
Sorry, Rob.
I saw him send the picture. I'm like, I'm not sure I want to even open that.
Oh my god! What the hell?
Say thank you for being a victim.
Oh.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah, that looks horrible. She looks absolutely horrible.
He's like, oh bloody hell!
For people that don't know, it's a printout of Madonna's plastic surgery, printed out on a piece of paper, and TM is naked on his sofa holding that piece of paper.
Oh, Tim, I was thinking of your next little shtick. Is what you could do is you could spread
what
your
he's
butt
calling it now?
cheeks, and right where your butthole is, you put the slab right where your anus hole is.
I like that idea.
I don't know if I'm not that big.
I think you should do that with Mario.
Mario.
Or like you could do it with like a new Funko Pop. I just bought a new Funko, and you just put it right between your cheeks.
I could do that. I could do this. Speaking of Mario, like I could just like put this between my cheeks.
Oh,
There you
toad!
go.
Nothing like a toad up your ass, man.
Yeah.
So
Now you have to make sure it's going in, not going out.
I just have to send out this
Damn it.
disclaimer. As someone who's involved in the process of hiring people at my job, we do background checks, and things on the internet live forever. I just wanted to throw that out there.
DJ, when you do background checks, how would
likes
you find
buttholes.
somebody that has like a random like Instagram without their name on it?
Oh, that you can't do. If you have a Finsta, you can't go. But what happens is sometimes on when people submit like resumes and stuff like that, they'll have links to their social media and stuff like that, and people will go down the rabbit hole in their
welcome that
social media.
shit. I welcome that shit. I'm investing my ass.
That's why my son has no social media, because he wants to get a job in security and everything else. He's just from the day he was going, nope, no social. The only thing he has is like a Facebook page that's got friends with his family, his immediate family, 5 people, whatever.
Exactly.
And that's
Like,
it, and it's
my
private.
My daughter has an Instagram, not one post on there.
Yeah, his well, at least that
Maybe you're
Instagram.
blocked.
The other
No,
the other
I'm not.
Instagram that you don't know about.
Yeah, there's a Rinsta and a Finsta. She just gave you the Finsta.
She has
No.
3 million views on a different Instagram.
No, that's not on her Instagram. That's her OnlyFans.
which you're subscribed under.
At least you know how to make a buck.
Madman 32.
Jesus Christ! I can't believe
Yeah, 32.
I've said too much. I've said enough. That's me in the corner.
Someone doesn't want to give you a job for your social media. You don't want to. Well, you know what? Depending on what's on your social media and what that job is. You know what?
No, because what happens is, let's say, like, whatever, TM is applying for a job, so I go down his social media, I see he has some sort of Mario Kart device affixed between his cheeks. So then I'm gonna be like, all right, we're gonna hire this guy. Imagine what he's gonna do in the break room.
No, say, this guy is
Imagine what
management
he's gonna do in the
material.
toilet.
Hire, bump him up.
Yeah, bump him up. Like, well, let's put it this way. We found out that one of my bosses has a TikTok, and he does not need booze and a TikTok. It's great for us. But it's yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for the longest time, I would keep at least when it comes to Facebook, especially because that's where more of my personal stuff was. It's a private, and I
keep
and
my
I would,
Facebook.
and I had
locked down.
I'd have people from work that would find me, and then they'd reach out to me and try to be friends with me, and I just rejected them all the time and told them sorry. I don't even within the comic community. There's very few there's only a handful of people that I've actually even bothered to accept Facebook stuff from within the comic community, because for the most part, again, it's more of a peeled background into, there's personal stuff that's there. Like not as much as it used to be, because I don't post stuff on Facebook much in the last couple of years. But there's still
dropped off Facebook.
So many people would hate me based on my Facebook because of my political opinions. I put
there's different posts that you put there. There's different things that you put there. Versus here, and then obviously this stuff is public stuff, so my Instagram and my YouTube stuff, but I mean it's all for the most part the stuff that's on my channel stuff. I mean it's just
comic book shit,
innocuous. And it's,
Yeah.
oh, you're somebody DJ Renee. Oh, he's a fucking nerd. All right.
Oh my God, TM. I see the
But
picture you sent me.
look at that mustache though. No. Oh, all right. We
It
want to
does
have
make people want to know you. Like,
Yeah, they want to
if
have
you
that.
didn't have the mustache, people
No.
would not give a fuck about you.
Yeah, people go, oh shit, we
They're
got to
like,
have that
"What?
on board.
This guy's fucking boring. What a nobody.
TM, you're going to hell.
What a nobody."
Oh, that's great.
I'll send the picture to you, Rob.
You're not wrong, though. You're not wrong.
It's true.
That's a villain right now in the current Stargirl series.
Oh my God. Well, when they need to put her in the series.
Okay, I just sent it, Rob.
Yeah, I have people from work send me friend requests, and I'm like, nope. And people were like, really? And I was like, we can be friends at work, but we cannot be Facebook friends and be from work.
Or like people that know my brother, my
Yeah.
sister, or
You
my
can be
parents.
LinkedIn friends at work.
I'm not
we
adding you.
can be all kind of friends, but you're not getting on my Facebook. It's not happening.
Exactly.
My favorite thing that I ever had happen was when I was younger, I was working at a big box store establishment, and I was in receiving, and we had a younger guy call into work and say he was sick. And like the supervisor was like, yeah, they're going to talk to him tomorrow. And I was like, why? He turns his phone around and he's on his Facebook, and this guy is at a party taking pictures, just wasted out of his mind. And he was like, he forgets that everybody's friends with him on Facebook, and everybody can see what he's doing when he puts these pictures up. And I was like, that idiot. Oh my God. So, I mean, he was young though. He was young. He was like 19. He was like, nobody will ever know.
They'll never
You're a
know.
fucking
How would they
moron.
know?
How would they know? I'm just friends with all of them, and my profile's public, and so I mean, how would they ever know?
Oh, good
He came into work the next day, and we were like, "You feel better?" And he was like, "Oh, so much better." I was like, "Yeah, that booze just cleared you right out, didn't it?" And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "Everybody saw your Facebook," and he was like, "Everybody who?" I was like, "The supervisors, all the managers, yeah." Mm-hmm. And he was just like, "Are you serious?" We're like, "You're an idiot. What are you doing? Like, I didn't think they'd look at it." Okay. That was the first place they went to was your Facebook.
Yeah.
Kids.
I can guarantee if you look at your Facebook now, you know, you'll go, oh, I've got, you know, like 2,000 friends or whatever like that, and you probably know like less than 1% of them.
I'm glad I went to the college and shit in the like earlier 2000s because like when I went to college, Facebook was just getting made and I just signed on. It was new when I was in college.
Mhm.
And so nobody gave a fuck about it. And nobody took
and it was
pictures
just
shit.
for like college people.
It was only college people could join.
Yeah,
Yeah, you couldn't
I'm more
join
happy that it
unless,
didn't exist when I was in college.
yeah. You fucking barely had any
when I
Polaroids.
should have been in college, it was totally a thing. But I was still
The
using my
internet was just
MySpace more than I
becoming
was my
a thing
Facebook.
when I was in college.
Polaroids.
I remember my cousin was one of the first people, like Lady F said, on Facebook and was like, yeah, it's just for us college people. Like, you wouldn't really need it or you wouldn't understand it.
It was like a hot or not almost.
Yeah, and then like 4 years later, everyone had Facebook.
I'm not even kidding. Like, that's what Zuckerberg originally made it for, is to evaluate chicks on campus. Because he's deep like that.
Yeah, I don't have a Facebook. I remember when my daughter was 12. I go in her room and I found her Facebook, and that's the only time that I think I've ever like punished her or grounded her or whatever.
Damn, Dad, you're mean.
Nah, there's no reason for you to have a fucking Facebook or social media at 12.
Oh, damn. I don't want you to be my dad. Tell me
Nowadays, though, they want like start at like 5. Have social media accounts at like 5, 6 years old.
Yeah,
have their own phones.
Yeah, like
you say, like when you're 18, when you're an adult, you can do what you want.
Yeah, but think about it. So this is what 12 years ago. So it was different. It's not like everybody.
Daddy links. I know
Yeah,
Daddy links.
I think we're all in agreement with you, even if it was today.
Yeah, gotta watch out for them little baby cubs.
You don't need it at
cubs.
12 today either.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need it at 12.
Legion's dad's in.
At least 13.
Mark's like, nope.
No, so it's like Yeah. And then you look at the follower count, and it's just like all these fucking. I bet you all these dudes are registered. Get out of here.
Yep.
I mean, you have to register in Indiana to drive.
So you're registered?
Yeah, I have a driver's license and everything.
You're on the register.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you have
Don't,
to let
like-
people
So
know
is
when you move
Lisa,
into
so are
an
my parents.
How did you meet Lisa, Tyler?
at
in
a
high
support
school.
group meeting?
Yeah, like so.
Yeah.
I've heard so many people say recently that it is such a bad idea to use online dating sites because it is a breeding ground for narcissists, and that they'll fucking come
I'd say
after
a breeding
you.
ground for something else, but
I just thought it was
Among
breeding ground.
among
That's
other
it.
things, dude.
Mm.
But yeah, so I thought
No.
that was very interesting.
No, if for some reason Lisa and I aren't together, like I'll never get on like a dating website more than a few times, and that's all I'll give it.
Yeah.
So
No,
so
look.
you'll choose to die alone. I got it.
Hey, I'm with Tyler here. I said, I mean, having met my wife in high school and started dating her back then, it's like I always tell, you know what? I
Yeah,
don't
but you
know.
were 30.
No. we always say the joke is, it's like, oh, I can't leave her. I don't know how to meet girls outside of high school. And right now it just gets creepier and creepier every year.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
My parents met in high school. I mean, shit.
That's right. Yeah.
Same with mine.
Swipe right. Just swipe right.
My parents met in junior high school.
Gross.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's just fucking crazy.
No,
Well, but were
DJ.
they
Nobody
together
here
then
is
as a couple?
nobody here is
Or they just
criticizing
met?
you for cutting off the social media for your minors, because that shit is been proven to be so fucking detrimental anyway to their mental health. They don't need that shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. I sat her down in front of the TV and made her watch hours of To Catch a Predator.
Yep. And then what is it? Probably Jersey Beach. It's just like, you don't want that. Jersey Shore, right?
Jersey Shore? I was about to say, wait, Jersey Beach. What
I don't know, dude. It's all the same to me. That shit's so vapid.
I hate Jersey Beach, but I love Jersey Shore.
Oh, do you?
Once you
Jersey
get up
Beach.
to that shoreline, it's way different.
Yeah.
The beach are for the common folks.
Those motherfuckers should be collecting Social Security by now. They're so goddamn. No, I'm just kidding.
They have a new show that came out like this week, ironically.
Yeah,
that
they're
you-
probably still making it. Yeah.
They had
I
to go
watched-
to rehab a couple times, I'm sure. One of
Oh,
them's
yeah.
like a fucking financial scammer.
Yeah, Lady F. Welcome to 6 years ago.
Yeah,
That's
this was
how
a-
that's how cool I am. I'm
No,
about
so
T minus 6 to 12.
he wasn't a financial scammer. He just, I guess, didn't pay his taxes, and that happens to a lot of these people that win these shows or on reality shows. Like, whether it's reality shows, people that automatically acquire fame, like even basketball players, they should go to some sort of like financial training, or everyone should go to. I don't understand why financial training is not taught in like school.
Or like
No
there
shit.
should be like before prize money's given, they should have a financial consultation to know that
Yeah.
you're going to be responsible for paying a portion of the taxes on this shit.
Yeah.
So the biggest one is like that dude that won the first Survivor that had to go to jail because
Richard,
nobody.
whatever, yeah.
Richard Hatch.
Yeah,
yeah.
so they should either honestly, instead of giving lump sum, they should fucking deduct the taxes so they don't even get in trouble for it. But that would be too responsible, and fuck responsibility.
I don't know. Fiscal responsibility should be required
winner?
teaching, and no, I mean it should be required teaching in school.
Yeah, there
It
should be a
should.
class that teaches you how to pay your taxes and about finances.
Yes.
It's the
But
most
that doesn't mean
obvious
we should
thing
get
ever.
rid of algebra either, because
I could see-
motherfuckers, everybody needs algebra. I do.
I
Algebra
literally
is fine.
use it every
but
day.
we could delay.
I
Nobody
do.
needs to be taking, full blown calculus necessarily in their junior year of high school. For
Calculus?
God's sakes.
Yeah, well, exactly. So some people use it, some people don't. In my job, I use calculus all the time.
Calculus
But, you
isn't
know.
math. When you have to make up imaginary numbers to
Dude,
make your
shut
math
up.
work, it's not real.
You
I
just
stand by that.
okay, and that's why you're not a mathematician. But
You're
like,
right. I
Not
was trying to
everybody's
be
a
an
rocket
engineer.
scientist.
But I think
They
the
wanted-
point
they
is
wanted me
most
to know
people
it, and I'm
aren't,
like,
and
oh,
they
I don't
don't
need
yeah,
it.
most
need
people
that.
don't utilize
Yeah.
calculus on a daily basis. Let's
Yeah.
not be
Most
not
people is
kid
probably
ourselves.
an understatement.
They tried to
Yeah.
tell me. They tried to tell me when I was studying to be an engineer, I needed to be able to know how to derive a theorem, and I kept trying to argue that no, I don't. That's what mathematicians are for. As an engineer, I just need to see the formula, accept it as the word of God, and plug my data into the formula to
Right.
get the answer.
Engineers actually work with the hardware and integrate, like that's what engineers do. They're like very valuable people, but the theories are like way upstream. That shit's settled way before the engineers come in and
The
actually
army
apply
didn't.
it.
The army didn't agree with me, hence I'm not an engineer.
Well,
But
fuck them.
that's
Fuck you,
right.
Army.
They took my
Come at
scholarship
me.
away, all because of calculus. So I have a
Mark said earlier about show her Euphoria and tell her side effects.
So
Euphoria is like a horror story.
Don't
so
watch it.
she
It's
was telling me
shit.
that, right? So my daughter's just like, oh, you need to watch the show. It's a very good show. And I'm like, Des, all this shit, these are high school kids. I cannot identify that. And I don't want to see like whatever. So I'm like, I'm good.
No, but you're right. The financial advising, the financial stuff would be good stuff. Especially, it could be a whole class. So not only just like
Yeah.
paying your taxes, and but
Mhm.
also from a retirement planning and from
Mhm.
all these other types of things that could go into it. It's like the old school home ec stuff, right? I mean,
Yeah. You remember like
most
home
of that
ec?
stuff is
I
gone because I mean,
Yeah, I had
I
home
took
ec, but if it what is one of the words in home ec? Economics.
right. Well, I
Teach
mean,
it.
because like I remember taking, the electives that my kids took are very different than the electives I took as a kid, right? And I feel like they're not prepared for reality. Because like when I grew up, I mean, yeah, okay, I took a couple of years of wood shop. I took it,
Mhm.
I took a typing class. I took granted, the kids don't need typing these days because they learned that in kindergarten. But
Yeah, yeah.
back in our day, it was a thing. You
Yeah.
learned it later.
Yeah.
I took cooking classes. I took, all these different things that allowed me to, when I, if not, even if I didn't go into those professions, I know the basics of how to cook. I know the basics of how to build something, a piece of furniture or repair something. I know the
Yeah.
difference between a couple tools. Hey, if you want a lopsided napkin or rack, I'm your man, right? Obviously, I'm being facetious there. I'm much better than that. I can make a full blown cutting board. But the the premise is there. My kids, they go there and they take, oh, okay, well, they took, I can't know, coding or something else. I was like, okay, great, those are fine and dandy to some degree things, but what about the real life? I mean, some of the things that you're going to have to deal with it. And even in our day, I don't remember there being a good class that talked about uh, any of the stuff of having to learn how to do your taxes or learn how to do. Now, granted, in theory, if you know math, you can do the math part of taxes, but the tax forms are so ridiculous these days that it's even getting to the point where I'm almost at the point of taking my stuff to somebody instead of doing it myself.
I
But
was gonna say, government econ was like required. You had to take that before you graduated.
yeah, but they don't teach you any of that. They just teach you that the government takes taxes. That's all they teach you.
Well, no, they taught us how to do taxes, how to fill them out. They taught us
Oh,
how.
really?
Yeah.
My government econ class was talking about supply side economics and trickle down economics,
Butter and guns. Butter and guns.
global economics tie in, and inflationary indexes and.
But they taught us how to write checks, how to
Oh,
do
wow.
taxes, how credit worked, how your credit worked.
That's
How to build
exactly what they should do. That's not what my economics was.
No, not
So
here either.
Norn Rad said he took wood shop. I took wood shop in junior high, and like our project was to make this like wooden fucking Rudolph, and mine looked so terrible and retarded that when I brought it home, my parents thought it was so funny that every Christmas they put it out.
Nice. Jesus Christ.
Still to this day.
They do.
I do have absolutely nothing from when I took wood shop, obviously, but I mean, I had built a stereo. I think on my final project, one of the things I did in wood shop too was I built a whole cabinet for my stereo equipment back.
Yeah,
in the
well,
day,
I got a fucked up Rudolph.
now I have all kinds of other furniture I've built and stuff, but I'm no DJ Links, but I mean, I know my way around a workshop.
Yeah, I took wood shop for 4 years.
I could tell.
Yeah, I took 4 years of electronics, and so I mean, if you unfortunately, all my electronics technology for the most, I mean, well, resistors and transistors are all still the same for the most part. A lot of the stuff I took is old technology now. So like, it's so funny as I talk to people, I'm talking about gate gate technology and stuff, and people are like, "Oh, what are you talking about? And gates and OR gates and stupid stuff like that."
That's what's on like those little microchips, right?
Yeah,
Transistors. And
yeah,
the whole thing about like technology is building more and more transistors per chip, and that
yeah.
makes computing more powerful, right? Yeah, because
Part of it. Yeah,
we got a whole
yeah.
war going on between us and
Moore's law,
China.
Moore's law, and all the other fun stuff. Yeah, but I mean, I took the 4 years of electronics in high school in 3 years, and then my senior year I actually taught. My senior year when we got to physics got to the electronics portion, because we had the physics teacher had retired and they had another teacher just filling in who didn't really know the electronics. Me and my buddy, who had completed all 4 years worth of electronics in shorter time, we actually co-taught together physics for 2 periods in high school to other high schoolers, the electronics portion and stuff. So
You got to do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, for me,
he actually got a job in electrical engineering and I didn't.
Yeah, for me, so I went to a vocational school, so I did my 4 years in carpentry, and then what happens is, because the school teamed up with the local union, so if you do all your 4 years and graduate with a carpentry diploma, you go right into the union.
That's
Nice.
cool.
Yeah,
That's good protection, man.
it was awesome, but
Yeah, man.
I decided to have my kid when I was
There
in high
you go.
school, so
Pop one out.
from there I had to go right to work. Like I couldn't get an apprenticeship or anything like that, so I just hit the block selling that crack, yo.
He's outside of the corner of Home Depot going, "Hey, you need some help?"
I feel so bad for those dudes. But anyway, I'm gonna hop off.
I'm impressed with the way your setup's coming along, though, DJ.
Oh, thank you, sir. I'd be lying if I said that I'm doing it 100% myself. Like,
No.
I got my buddy to help me. But I can't wait. And like an idiot, I'm just ordering shit left and right. Like, so I'm literally on Sideshow right now about to order a statue, because I'm like, wait, I think there's gonna be space for this.
We're proud of your progress.
Yeah, you should probably wait to see if you got space for everything that you've got first, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. Anyway, I'm gonna hop off. I'll probably hop back on later. In the mix tonight, everybody, 9 p.m. Be there, be square, grow some hair. It's not fair.
I'll be there.
Thank you. Take care. Peace.
Have a good one. Peace. Yeah, I think I'm about to hop off too. I got to go to bed. I got to work tonight as well. 6 days straight for 2 weeks.
Man, Spidey's still up.
That's the worst, man.
It's really nighttime for him, whereas it's like sun's coming up. You got cakes on the griddle.
It's 1:15 in the morning.
Life ain't nothing but a funny riddle.
I was
Ty Locks is a country boy.
That's Saturday morning, of course, not Friday.
But yeah, I will see y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Papaya? What?
Bye-bye. That's very posh.
No
Bye
one
to
says
whoever.
posh.
Well, you never heard the word posh.
Spidey.
Do
No.
you like all my terminologies, do you?
I do.
I always find it funny whenever I say crack the shits and everybody just goes, "What the fuck is that?"
Oh, I love it. That's my favorite one. Lee taught me that early because he would say it all the time, and I would just like move on with my life because I was like, I don't even want to know.
It's like when you had me on for Whack Live or whatever like that, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I've been a bit slack lately," and you're like, "You're being slacks? What? You're wearing pants or something?" Or you said something like something weird. I can't remember what it was, but you didn't.
No, every time. I feel like I know all the little things, and then I talk to you or Lee, and I'm like, nope, I don't know shit about Australia.
Other than how to speak with a flawless accent.
Yeah, I know that. I just don't know all the terminology.
Yeah, we all sound like Swedish porn stars.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Why do they have to be doing porn?
Couldn't there be a star of a cooking show?
Yeah.
Well, all I can say is now Mark's made me want to go to Rottnest Island and go see the quokkas when he was asking about it earlier.
How far is it from you?
It's actually the furthest main city to get to. It's really weird because and it's expensive too because it costs the same amount of money to go from the far east coast to the far west coast as it does for me to go to like Indonesia or Japan or Thailand. It's about the same sort of, roughly the same sort of time difference and about the same money wise, and you're going to a totally different country. It's weird.
I think it's closer to Lee because I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he said he's been there a
Lee's
few
even
times.
further away from
He's further
like,
from the Quackers.
Yeah. Because like I'm sort of say down the bottom east coast, he's like northern east coast.
Yeah.
Whereas Quackers is far
west coast.
Far west coast.
Okay, so he used to live by the Quackers then, because I know he used to live west coast.
Oh, okay. So he must have lived in WA for a little while then. He's up in Queensland.
Yeah.
Bad Spidey, have you watched Quality?
Sorry, you broke up. Have you watched what? Have I watched what?
It's Canada. They don't have internet
What is
yet.
going on?
Oh, sorry. It's storming here right now. So, have you watched Koala Man?
Koala Man.
Koala Man.
Never
it's
heard
on
of
Hulu.
Koala Man.
Well, actually, it's on Disney Plus for you because Canada and Australia have the same Disney Plus.
I've never seen Koala Man, but I don't go looking for odd shows either.
It's a great animation, and it's based in Australia, and it's about a middle-aged man who dresses up and becomes Koala Man.
No, it's not based on me.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, especially the kids, because like his daughter is like borderline like psychotic and like going to be probably like she's like has the traits of a supervillain. She's taken down like kids that like girls in her school and that pose like a threat to her.
She's
So
going
she's
down
like
on kids that are a threat to her.
yeah. So she's like killing them. So like
I might have to have a quick look at it then.
it's hilarious. Like, yeah.
Ooh.
Everybody needs to get John Burns' Silver Surfer.
Volume
You
2.
draw that?
Volume 2, Silver Surfer 1.
Volume 2, Silver Surfer 1.
That's I have volume 2 and 3 number ones, but I still want that bloody volume 1 number 1.
Yeah, good, have fun.
Yeah.
Then our boy Galactus. This is
Showed
actually
this before.
Bob Layton.
Bob Layton does an awesome Galactus.
Yeah, he does some really good cosmic shit.
I have 2 Bob Layton originals.
The first Defenders here.
Yeah, still need that.
Yeah.
Tootsies.
I have the number
Tootsies.
2 Marvel feature, but I don't have number 1.
Got a little Kirby T'Challa here. King Solomon's frogs. You can travel through time and space, of course, with them. Got Frank Miller on ROM number 1. I just pulled a bunch of random number 1s. Got some Bob McLeod and New Mutants goodness. Oh, baby, I love it.
That was a fantastic movie, right?
I saw it and didn't mind it. Some people, shat on it. I just recently watched it like a few weeks ago, honestly.
I still need that
I was
Moon
like-
Knight number 1.
This one's got a big tear in the back, but I don't even care.
I'm a low grade collector. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Y'all need to get that Miracle Man. Need to get on that. Alan Moore Miracle Man. Mm-hmm. And clearly the most talented of them all.
Oh God. I'm glad Metarog's not here.
Metarog loves his shit. Yeah, so I liked like Legion says, I enjoyed New Mutants. I didn't have a problem
nice.
with it.
Yeah, I still need that.
Like
Ooh,
my
Nazis.
Nazis getting their asses kicked. And then we've got some more Kirby goodness.
Hey, there's my first first online slab cracking book that I did.
I like it. I like it. These
That
are
I
some
dropped it
books.
half of its grade.
And we got some Wally Wood.
Yeah, I still need to get that too.
Yeah, goodness me. Oh. And then the last one I'm going to show you, which everybody, you guys can get this for about $20 if you look on eBay. You should get this book. Giant Size Superstars #1, Thing versus Hulk.
So that'd be $100 bookie.
What?
That's sick.
So I'm just saying.
Do you have it, Matt Spidey?
No, I don't.
All right. That's all I got to show.
But you don't like Marvel, really, so whatever.
Yeah, Matt Spidey hates Marvel. He mostly likes Image.
No, that's the missus.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh,
He loves his DC. He can't get enough of the DC.
Yeah.
What
Me
is
either.
the minimum wage in Australia? Depending on industry, but borderline, sort of like if you go across the spectrum, probably 16, 17 an hour, something like that.
Cool.
And you should have no problem. You should have no problem paying the conversion rate prices then. You know what the minimum wage here is, Spidey? $7.20.
I was going to say about 5 or 6.
So you don't get to complain about conversion prices anymore.
Whoa, Mark coming at you over these comic keys, bruh.
No, I mess with him about the conversion stuff a lot, and I just saw
comic keys. It's definitely about comic keys. Yeah.
Well, you didn't show a key.
No, I showed all the keys.
Do you keep clicking that? It's not me.
And it was about $100 redos. Sorry,
But just think about it. I never thought about that till now because you do mention like the conversion stuff a lot, and I mess with y'all about.
There you go.
Like
there you go, Mad Spidey.
$15.
Y'all just call it something different, but
yeah, was that in Australia or is that in US?
No.
Does it matter?
I'm not looking in Australia.
This is the land of the free.
That's a really cheap, low grade book.
Yeah, get them.
Definitely not even shipping.
Have a look at the shipping cost.
Yeah, the shipping is what will get you.
I'm assuming shipping couldn't be more than like $30-$40, so it'd
muted.
still be under $50.
So you just have it shipped to me, and then I just consolidate with all your other
$21.38
shit.
is Australia minimum wage.
$21.38.
So you should be buying books for us and sending us.
He does buy books for me.
Yeah, I like that for me.
That's that whole conversion thing.
I bought it.
It's worked out quite well.
I bought a book for somebody else in the community. Not that they've actually released the video yet, but
so $1 American is
You're cheating on me, Spidey.
Is 1.44 Australian dollars.
One American hour of work is 3 Australian hours of work, so it balances out.
But when you're like, and I've stated this before. Whenever you sort of you go to a comic shop, like everything's highly inflated because of rarity as well as factoring in shipping costs and currency conversions and stuff like that.
That's more, and y'all make more.
But also, cost of living is, but you guys that have that problem now as well with like because of all the COVID crap and.
We have cost of living goes up. We just don't have wages go up.
Minimum wage.
Our
has
wages
been bad here lately.
Haven't gone up since
their minimum wage translates to $14.58 in American dollars.
So even with the conversion, y'all make twice as much minimum wage than we do.
Well,
They get the 2X.
It'd be like 1.5.
Not in my state.
Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah, your state
after
is
taxes in your
like-
state, y'all are broke as fuck.
Well,
No, they're not. They're like their economy is about the same as Italy's, maybe bigger. The economy of California.
it's the 7th largest economy in the world.
Yeah, the economy of California is massive.
Are you just talking about the size of it or the quality of it?
I'm talking about California's economy.
Yeah, just how big it is, or the state of it?
GDP.
Like
I'm talking about
every state has an economy. It doesn't mean they're in good shape.
The
is what I'm
GDP.
I think the GDP, the California is a powerful and it is a It makes money every year. It pays the bills for those red states that are always poor getting the government money. Like California
we're a
pays
negative
for the
tax.
Kentuckys
We're
and
a
the West
negative tax
Virginias.
state. We put out more taxes in the federal government
Mhm.
than we get back in. Yet everybody wants to make fun of us. So
Yeah.
we'll split off and to go away.
They're a power
The red
generator.
states can
Them
all
and
go.
New York. It just is what it is. Got that Silicon Valley money. Got all that pot money. I was kidding.
The what?
And
The
that
porn
movie
industry
money
too.
and the
That
pot
pot
money
money.
and the wine money and the
Yeah.
almond money and
All
the
the
rice
money.
money. I mean,
Y'all do
people don't
rice
realize
too?
that.
You say rice?
Yeah, we actually make the amount of rice that California exports is actually
Mhm.
is ridiculous when you look at it on a global scale.
Mhm.
How much California produces.
That came in with like the advent of like Chinese immigrants in the 1850s, right?
I'm not
1860s.
sure when it started there. I do know that so when my family came to California at the beginning of the 1900s, they came from Louisiana where they had made their money in the rice business in Louisiana, and then
Okay.
some of the family stayed in the Bay Area, but some went up into the Sacramento area where they
Mhm.
got into the rice business up there,
Mhm.
and have been doing the rice business ever since.
Interesting.
Whereas some of my family here in the Bay Area, a lot of them they went into import export business until
Mhm.
basically the 80s when the individual import export business completely died off with a Pacific Asian trade was no longer, you couldn't do it as an independent importer or exporter anymore. But yeah,
I have an
that's
honest question that I don't understand or
yeah.
don't know enough about. If California is doing so well, which apparently they are, why are there so many homeless people? Or why do homeless people decide to stay in
Because
There's
inequality across America has never been greater. The
well,
wealth
there's
gap
so,
continues to
so there's
increase.
also several different
Yeah.
things that go into.
There's
There's also
also sorry, Rob, go ahead.
there's the cost of living in rent, right, is one aspect that drives people out. If you the so the top earners are up at a certain level that where we can sit there and say, oh, okay, it cost, like when I talk about the house next door to me, it sold for $1.8 million, right? The amount of money that you have to make to be able to get a loan for that is up at a certain level. That we may have a $15 minimum wage, but in $15 minimum wage, you can't, in order to even get the basic rent in an apartment, where you're talking about an apartment is going to cost you $2,000 or more a month.
Yeah, per square foot in California is so pricey.
So the people who do those jobs, they can't live anywhere near there or whatever. So a lot of people get pushed out that may even be home. There's a lot of people who are homeless who actually do have jobs, but then there's also a lot of stuff where any area where you have a more temperate weather year round and too is going to attract more
Yes,
population too.
yeah.
You can
I
live.
get all that, but
Well,
what
you
about
have
the
to go
homeless
back to like
people?
you also see people like doing a great migration away from California right now. A lot of like celebrities and stuff, and you hear the same thing, and it goes back to what Rob and Lady Fantastic said. It gives so much back to the government. That California feeds the government. It's not feeding its people. It's an expensive state to live in. Period. It ain't just a cost of living. There's a lot of taxing that's done in California. They tax the shit out of stuff.
I pay my
Same as
Yeah,
personal.
California baptizes the individuals to feed the government. Where other states they have less strain on the individuals, California has its foot on the necks of the individuals compared to a lot of other places.
I have
So
a
you
state
can't afford
income
to live.
tax that, in addition to my federal income tax, I pay state income tax. In addition to that, I have property tax, and then I also pay a sales tax. And the sales
How much is
tax,
your state income tax?
I'd
7%.
have to take a look, but it's a pretty high percentage. I know the sales tax is like your Mark's talking about. It's closer
The
to
sales
nine
tax
percent
is
now.
just over 8%. But
Yeah, 8%, but the income tax is pretty fucking high too. And in my property tax, the only thing that's good about me from a property tax standpoint is voters a while back had put in what we call Prop 13, which basically limits how much your property tax can be increased year over year, even though just irregardless of how much the property value is. and then it only resets once it's sold. So the fact that I bought my house 18 years ago at $500,000 means that my property tax is set based off of that, and it could only go up like 1% versus even though the property itself is worth way more now. So if as soon as I would sell my property, that next person who gets it, all of a sudden the property tax gets set off of that new sale price, and then their slow increment goes from there. So California actually has been doing really some of this big boom in some of their economy. We're talking about, California had this huge surplus and tax intake for like the previous year. Well, there was all this exodus and people buying and selling houses. It was great for the state because it boosts all these tax bases on all these properties jump up. But
I think like the layers of tax too. You have like your personal income tax. And if you run a business, your corporate income tax, and there's
a lot.
There's tons and tons of taxes.
It's not cheap. But then again, there's also I do enjoy not shoveling snow. I enjoy.
Are you sure? Have you shoveled snow?
Yes, I have.
Underrated.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I enjoy only having to have 3-season tires on my car. Just there's benefits to go with it. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I definitely wish it was a lot cheaper. And there's a lot of things in this state though also that are not right. I think the state is too big. I think it needs desperately to be subdivided. But that'll never happen.
Like North Carolina and South Carolina.
North Carolina. Right, yeah, absolutely.
Or West Virginia and East Virginia.
Yeah,
I want to, as a Northern California, I want to be able to sell my water to the desert instead of just give it to them.
You sound like a Hearst. You belong in California.
That's why I got married. I don't shovel anymore.
Clearly, Lisa's the powerhouse in that couple.
Yeah. Lisa doesn't just shovel it. She takes it and just tosses it over the house like Paul Bunyan.
She needs to be on the hunt. She seems pretty vicious.
That'd be interesting.
I would fucking love it. Fucking love it.
What wrestler do you think she would have to do a gimmick of to go on there, Tyler?
Well, I don't know wrestling, so
neither.
She would just pick like a Disney character.
It would just be Lisa. Fucking kill you with cute.
She'd create her own. She'd be Tootsies.
Yep. I'm Tootsies, and here's my little Minnie Mouse collection.
I'm little Tootsies.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go, Eston. Maybe the earthquakes will separate California.
Oh shit! Rob Fatstacks. I just realized what comic character you are.
Oh yeah,
You're fucking Puck.
Puck
is that?
Interesting.
Fucking Puck.
I don't know who Puck is.
Not that short.
I don't know if I'd fuck him, but
you're the fucking iteration on Earth of Puck.
Okay.
You're my little Puck.
I honestly, you know what? I know of the character, but I know nothing about him, so I can't really
He's cool, man.
dispute
Shit.
or not.
Just agree. You'll agree with me. He agrees.
I think he'd be like the Kentucky Fried Chicken man, but it's California Fried Chicken.
I do make pretty damn good fried chicken.
Yeah, you do.
So then he'd be like California fried tofu.
No, I don't do tofu. I'm a fucking goddamn meat eater.
Oh shit!
Yeah. He's literally like
a Canadian midget from Alpha.
Or semi-professional.
Calm down,
the fact that my youngest barely eats meat drives me fucking crazy.
Which one is the youngest, the girl or the boy?
They are gender fluid. Yeah.
Got it. Cool.
They only eat basically chicken and fish now. That's like,
yeah, that's not bad.
And at that, like, just a little
fish of the air, chicken of the sea.
Exactly. Only tuna. Yeah.
At least there's
check your IG, Rob.
I send you keep sending me stuff, and you think I'm really silly. Well, I will in a second. I'm trying to make a post. Actually,
hot dogs for sale now.
Nice.
Who doesn't like hot dogs?
Hey, JB.
I much prefer a nice linguiça or an Italian sausage.
I'm waiting on you to get here. We need our weekly update.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I have sold 0 hot toys in the past week.
That's 2 weeks in a row. Well,
On track.
However, I did sell a Lego set for $500.
Nice.
Oh, that's not really getting you to your $1,000 goal because one set just costs you half your prize money.
He said he sold.
I sold
I
it.
understand, but he's going to make $1,000 if he builds all these sets by the end of the year.
That's true.
Now he's only going to cap 500 at this point, and he only got rid of one set. There's still how many to build?
Yeah, well, the rules weren't very clear, so I just built all of the sets that I have.
If you just sell them all and only build one, then you
win.
Yeah. If
was it a Black Panther set?
It was not a Black Panther set.
Wakanda Forever, I mean.
Not for 500, it wasn't.
Because if it was, you did really good. Because I still see them all on the shelf at my Target.
I'd say it'd have to be a Star Wars like UCS one or something like that for that kind of money. No,
it was the Lego fishing hut.
What?
Wow, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I think I bought it on Black Friday like 3 years ago for like $120.
Congratulations! That sounds like
Show us a picture.
Yeah, I need to know what this looks like now.
Okay, give me 1 second here.
Why would you even get a Lego fishing hut? That doesn't even seem like something you'd be interested in.
You could get a regular fishing hut for 500. Shit.
Yeah.
Fucking
life size.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Oh wow.
All right, that's pretty cool. I don't think it's $500 cool.
That looks more like a whaling station that you would see in Antarctica.
Yoo-hoo!
Hundreds. I was going to say it looks more like what's the guy's name? What's the guy's name in Jaws?
Sven.
No, it looks like his shack with before they went in.
Quint?
Yeah, Quinn.
It's Quint.
Quinn.
Don't say Quinn. Damn it. Just a giant shark jaws on the window there.
What is it related to? Is it just like fishing?
Yeah, just
the Lego shit. Like all their Lego little what's it called? Lego City kind of thing?
Like the modular buildings. Is that what you're talking about?
They got shrimp there, like shrimp gumbo and butter shrimp and pecan shrimp and
I don't know. Like I looked up like what they were selling for, and I was just like, I'm not keeping this.
No, why would you?
No, that's.
I'll do the same thing.
And I do I have any regrets? No.
But do you have any regrets?
No regrets.
Oh yeah, I have regrets for sure. But I think that's because I just finished my Taco Bell breakfast. I think that has more to do with it than selling something.
So good.
Regurting. Oh my god, you guys! I don't want to go to work today. I have to.
Don't.
Calling sick.
I'm not sure though why I would think a Canadian midget.
You're not. He is using a derogatory language, and I will not stand for it.
You already did.
You said retarded earlier. So yeah. You and your reindeer.
You were the first one today, lady.
Yeah.
Look, I got no regrets about what I said. But
you skipped Taco Bell breakfast.
Quit hating on fucking Puck.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the R word again.
Maybe you were both just giving shout outs. Like shout out to all the retarded midgets out there. That's what they were doing.
That's right. I did drop the
No, I said Canadian.
You did.
Why do you have to drop, why is it just because it's Canadian? Is it retarded?
I'm bad about that because back in my day, saying like that's the R word or that's the G word wasn't a big deal. But it is a big deal nowadays, and I do have to modulate my my speech, and yeah, I dropped the R word, and
What were we
I get
talking about
trouble
before
it.
we even kicked this off there, Tyler?
Are we moving into your formal public apology segment of this stream?
I'm formally retracting the R, and the only R behavior you've seen is that of my own.
So it's just e-tarded?
Is that
Yeah.
No, it's okay. It's okay because it's our word.
That was a bold
What?
strategy.
I-
That's
I
I
was
told
talking in the sense of slowing
non-
down
and
and not being
non-emission.
touched.
Yeah, the funny thing is,
Another
lady,
bad
is
term.
right before we went live, Tyler and I were talking about this exact word usage and scenario.
it is?
And I did it.
And then you did it.
Just for you guys to make things extra
So that
uncomfortable.
way I didn't have to do it. You jumped on the grenade for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I am there for those things.
I
If you need
appreciate
somebody
you.
to stick their foot in their mouth, call me. Call me.
Well, some people will pay extra for that. Have you thought about starting up an OnlyFans?
But believe it or not, we can all understand that we try not to say it, and you did, and we can all move on with our lives. Just okay.
Yeah.
At least I can, because
I'm going to have a hard time looking past this. I see you as a
I think you should
I see you in a
probably
completely new light.
Yeah.
And, I feel like everything I've known about you to this point was
it's
not
been a kind of a
genuine.
lie. You should
Now
probably
I know you. Yeah. Now
you should
I
probably
finally
distance
know you.
yourself
It has
because
many
that's bad
meanings.
juju. Dropping the
So,
R word
some
with
of them
no
are bad.
regard is bad juju. So I'm gonna banish
There you
myself.
go.
Actually, I actually have a problem with
Another slang
people
term.
getting
Lady
upset
F.
using
She's
the
talking
word
about Jews
because
now.
I actually have
What
a
the
problem with people.
You said it twice.
Bad juju.
Yeah.
J-U-J-U.
Yeah, like as in George of the Jungle.
Not Hebrew.
Or
Tell you what,
Swiss
you're on a roll, Kanye. Keep going, lady. F.
I said that.
Oh no! Don't mention that.
Oh
that guy.
no! Oh, here
he
we
is.
go.
He is literally. I don't know what you guys probably wouldn't get it over there.
Batshit insane.
There's-
All I
there's
know
like
is Lady Fantastic has been sending me messages, private messages, asking me to shave off most of my mustache.
I just need you to pup. Come on, pup.
Kanye is actually suing a tiny little family-owned burger shop. They only have one shop in like the southeastern suburbs of Melbourne
The fuck?
because they called it after his first album name, and all the burgers and that are named after him. So it's like a homage type themed burger shop, and
Well,
now he's
that's
suing
fair.
them.
Well, that's
So they're
fair.
profiting
Actually,
off somebody else's fame.
yeah,
as well.
that's fair.
But it's more of a homage than a ripping off.
No. They're
Well,
they're making
like
money
that.
based off of his success and his.
We
him
can't do it
personally.
here on YouTube either.
It's different than if it's one thing if they said they called themselves West Coast Burgers or something. He goes, "Oh no, my last name's West, and you're taking it." No, they're
Yeah.
specifically doing stuff off of his stuff.
I'm gonna give you guys a fresh take. Kanye was never a visionary. He was never that great. He's pretty untenable to deal with as a human being. Elon Musk is never a visionary. He was a brilliant businessman and marketer. He's not that tenable to work with as a human being.
Doesn't he go by Yee now?
I'm pretty sure you're wrong on both accounts, but and I'm just going to go like you can watch like footage of actual people in Kanye's realm. Like there's footage of like him. Like this is not new footage or anything, but like I don't care for Kanye one bit, one way or the other. But you can watch videos and stuff of like actual music legends in the studio with him when he's getting found, and like they're just like blown away by the creativity of this man inside that realm. Like it's never been.
What does he do?
I'm not asking if you give a fuck. I'm talking about people, his peers, the ones that would actually be qualified to make that.
So he's a musician.
No, not that matter. You definitely matter, but I don't think any of us have the ability to make that statement because none of us fall under the category of even capable of judging what they do inside of their creative
I think
realm.
people have the ability to judge their personal types of music and what they find to be.
Still call him a giant douche, though, can't I?
Yeah,
yeah. I think
Yes,
there are a lot of musicians like Ginger Baker. Ginger Baker's a gigantic douche. Can't nobody stand him, but I think he's really fucking talented, and I think he's
that's
got
offensive
perfect
to all the
timing.
douches out there.
Yeah.
Separate his personality and his work. So his
Yeah.
work is one thing, who he is another.
Yeah, but I'm not that
Absolutely.
impressed by his body of work.
Yeah, I think that's a taste thing because I don't care for his music, but
Yeah,
like,
Esteban. Too many people suck Elon's cock. He's a fucking narcissist, and he's not that smart. People hate working with him because he's an asshole. He's fucked up. He's got daddy problems.
Yeah, I don't think any of that has to do with like you
Time
can't
out.
say someone in his situation is not that smart. That's just like I don't know. I think you just might be like big
Elon's
mad
not
at
that
him.
smart.
And you sure didn't hear people making these cries and calls like, "Oh, he's not smart. He's not this. He's not that." Until
Well,
recently.
you should listen to the PayPal people, and every person that he's worked with, none of his ideas have been his own. And the part of
didn't he
PayPal that
invent
actually
PayPal?
got bought over that was his was so fucked up. The programming was useless. They dumped it, but they just bought it so they could have part of the name.
Or didn't he invent PayPal?
No, that's a lie. No, he did not.
He didn't know he had that idea.
He was a part of it. Remember, he was
part
on-
of it.
he
It
got
was
pushed-
never his
He got
original
pushed
idea.
out.
Never.
He got pushed out.
He
He
got
just happened
pushed
to
out
have
because he was
shares.
impossible to work with.
Yeah.
Just look it up. Do your own research.
I never really dove into the PayPal
Yeah,
thing.
dive into Elon Musk's all of his business ventures, and you'll see that he's never been the visionary that he claims to be. He's been a daddy's money, starting off with a couple mil for investment with his little bro. Bless his heart, he's a genius. Nah,
like that. No, I don't think anyone sits down and I don't know if anyone does or not. Like
I don't
credits
think
him with,
people
like being
do
in the
their
lab. You know what I mean?
research.
He's the business owner of these ventures. Like
He's
kinda like-
a marketing
kind of
visionary.
like Edison. You know what I
He knows
mean?
how
Like
to market.
Edison has an idea, and then he goes and hired people to create that idea.
Yeah, Edison was
Right?
kind of a dick too.
I
'Cause
don't care if
Edison-
someone's a dick or not. Someone's personality has nothing to do with their
because
capability.
Edison hired Tesla and tried to steal Tesla's idea,
No, he
paid him
did.
nothing. Like,
Yeah,
there's
but-
people that are dicks.
Yeah, but being a dick has nothing to do with your capability or your accomplishments. That's your personality. It has zero to do with it.
Oh, I think that they are definitely intertwined. And I think that, like, sometimes you can hinder your own self and sometimes be your own worst enemy.
Or
That
in
doesn't
Edison's
mean
case,
that
it could blow you up to stardom.
what?
Or in Edison's case, it can blow you up to stardom and make you a household name.
Precisely.
But I'm
And
saying,
there's
like,
a lot of
him
people
being
that
a
are
dick
famous
is
that are just
undeniable.
dicks.
Yeah,
Huh?
but I think I'm just separating the correlation here. Like, being a dick and being successful or being a dick and failing has nothing to do with like your capability levels, is what I'm saying. It can help you or hinder you in some situations, of course. But that has
Well, I
nothing
would
to do
also
with your
say that,
actual
like,
intellect.
to become a billionaire, you have to hurt a lot of people because most people don't ever become that rich, and most people are never that ruthless. You have to be fucking cutthroat.
Yeah, most likely. I can definitely agree with that. Again, I don't really.
And that's why you find that the
Gordon
majority of
Gekko
rich
shit.
people, the majority of rich people are actually the tightest with money as well. That's like,
And they
oh,
actually
you
think
got the
that it
money,
has
can I
to
borrow
do-
$5? No. But somebody like on, some homeless guy will find $5 would give it to you.
They're the stingiest.
Mm.
There's been studies of like people like, would you rather, to have this piece of candy or, not take it and know that a kid would get it later. And like rich people in the group took the most candy. Like,
What
knowing
kind of
that
candy?
It would go.
Yeah, that definitely matters. What kind of candy is that?
No, it's a fucking psychology test. It's not
I know,
about the
I
fucking
know.
candy.
But if it's
about-
not Twix, then I don't want it. If it is, I want it.
But yeah, it's interesting. And also rich people are more likely to attribute their wealth to personal like value, or that they somehow are just worth it and more special, when really we've seen that it's monopoly. It's just like it's a game of Monopoly. Wealth has no correlation to your inherent worth, period. Which is why I don't like people equating wealth with value, because it's not the same.
I totally agree. I do not do that at all with wealth. Comic books, on the other hand, are
Yes.
I thought comic books were wealth.
They are.
Yes, they are.
Not the way I like
Everyone knows that.
It depends on what you value.
And it's how many you have. It doesn't make any difference
It's
what they
only
are.
the number.
Yeah.
It's only the size
Yeah.
and not the quality.
So you're saying if you had a first Superman but no other comic book, then you're not as good as somebody who's got $1,000.
14 Turok ones.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm glad we're all on the
Action
same page.
1 pales in comparison to 14 Turok ones.
Yeah, or
Try and
just
tell me
like
I'm
a
wrong.
ton of long boxes full.
I can't tell whether Mark's
unbagged and
perplexed by
boarded
this
books.
commentary or whether he's looking at something else.
Oh no, I'm on another tab. I'm sorry. I'm Googling fonts. It's very annoying to try to Google fonts.
Just ask the master down in the thing, just not ampersands.
What
Well,
do
I
you need
don't
a
have
font
any
for?
paid services or this or that because I'm like multitasking. I'm making a thumbnail. What?
What type of fonts you looking for there, buddy?
The OG Superman trade dress font.
Ampersand.
Not Action Comics, but the Superman, the standard trade dress that's been on everything forever. You know.
Yeah, JB might know.
Give me 1 second to see if I can find you a free one.
Yeah, and I found I've done this one time recently where I thought to actually look up fonts, and it's something that I'm not going to. It's something I'm working on for to put up in a couple of weeks, so there's not a time constraint. So I thought about looking, and when you find these free ones, a lot of times they have apologies built onto their website. Thank you for looking. We're sorry we don't have the exact one, but we tried to find the closest stuff possible. I'm assuming because of licensings or something, maybe.
Or sometimes people just don't know some of the old stuff's not like it was always the same.
Also, I highly suggest Drunk History.
Oh God, that's like Adam Ruins Everything. It's super entertaining. It's fun, and it's right a lot of the time. But kudos to Adam Conover, who posts whole episodes on corrections where he was wrong for an entire year of people watching his shit.
We're doing an entire episode on himself on why
I love shit like
they
that.
introduce bias and
yeah.
And
Adam Conover is a cool person, but he's wrong a lot. But his presentation is awesome, and kudos to him for admitting when he's wrong. For at least the factual things, a lot of it can definitely come off subjective. Yeah.
Yeah, so Esteban, Drunk History is more of a comedy show than an accurate portrayal of history.
They do a good job, though.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. A guy.
That whole statement went over my head too because I didn't know the person, didn't know the show, didn't know what Emma Mark said.
So the guy is like a kind of a comedy guy, and he gets his buddies who are fellow comedians, and he gets them shit faced, and then they recall something that happened in the past. But because they're fucked up, they really fuck it up a lot of times. And it's really funny. And then they have actors that actually portray
yeah, there's a comedy duo out here that did a some sort of relative version of that.
And in all seriously, if you think about just the way that they're delivering this information, if we could apply that to standard learning and make it more enjoyable, interactive, it would be so memorable for so many more people.
Yep. Let me go pull up I'm going to pull up a link for you, Esteban, and I'll post a Drunk History link.
Oh, excuse me.
What do you guys think are some of the best Drunk Histories? Which one should I do?
No,
I want to do Drunk History.
I haven't even seen any of those.
I love Drunk History Tesla.
If you just search Drunk History, probably the most popular ones will pop up, right?
I know, and thank you for that, Daddy.
You're welcome. Just Bing it.
A dad. Let's see. Here we go. Boom.
Here we go.
Of course, I love that one. Of course, I do. It's got Crispin Glover in it. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh my God, really?
Yes.
Willard.
He plays Tesla.
Oh, Willard.
Horrible History. I'll have to check that out.
Mouse Boy.
I saw that they were doing
Rat
shows,
Boy.
History of the World Part 2. Like Mel Brooks did History of the World Part 1. Mel Brooks like Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles. And now they're doing a show.
Yes, on Hulu.
I can't wait to see that.
Right. So they got some fun actresses and actors in that too. It looks like from the trailers.
I'd definitely be in. I want to watch it. I'm just saying. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here and let you boys be boys. Get this double X chromosome shit out of here. But I want you all to think of something. Any of you got, Mark, I was thinking, so you have a daughter. Did you know your daughter has your mother's X chromosome?
Probably better for it.
Good. All right. Well, let's just end things on that. That if you guys have, if you have daughters,
I'm not gonna. Thank you.
Okay, good. Thank
I'm
God.
pretty much ending this on another thing that you just said that absolutely shocked me. Because like I thought I knew you, but according to Lady Fantastic, to be a boy, you have to have a double X chromosome. So
No, I said this
There we
double
are.
X. I said this double X. I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna let you boys, and this double X is getting out. But men can have two X's. It's called XXY.
Mhm.
And we won't get into that right now, but
Why?
because 2X is
Because Mutiny on the Bounty is what it's all about.
Have a good one, dudes. And
Mutiny on the Bounty.
It's like double the treasure.
That's an
X
old
marks the
one.
spot.
yeah, a lot of inmates, so they think that phenotype or genotype, sorry, causes a lot of aggression. And you see the U is there, and then there's XYY. So it's interesting. All right, guys, I'm out. Bye, meows.
Bye bye meow.
What? Oh, she's already gone.
Is that font harder to find or
No, that's one of the websites I go to for fonts. So
what? Oh, it's in the okay.
yeah. I there's two different ones there, and they're free. So
I'm confused. Let's select a license to update, add to cart.
yeah, so if you just add to cart and go through the checkout process, then it's free. You'll get an email with a download link.
I'm looking for the font though that I'm looking for.
Newsflash. Is that not it?
Newsflash. News at 11.
I thought Newsflash was close.
I've never seen this before. Blam bot. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I've got tons of fonts inside this. I use Pixlr. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Pixlr. And they've got tons of fonts. But it's just like sometimes there's like, it's not, I don't see one that's jumping out at me. See Blambot. And what's weird is you don't see like a lot of fonts in Pixlr that you would see in other places. Like the font that I used like way back when to make my logo, the Legion of Comics logo. I forget the name of it. I think I made that on Canva back in the day. And I don't ever see that font in other places. And it makes me sad because I like to it's got like the oozy look to it, you know? Our big men have XXL. I get it.
Or bigger.
Or bigger, yeah. There's triple XL out there. That's a cool one. Looks like she brought all the conversation.
All right, I got to roll. Actually, it's time for me to be in Romania.
Oh yeah, you're late.
Yep. Bye.
Classic Rob.
Mwah.
Talk to you later, bud.
But dang it, everyone's leaving before I can say bye. I'm just too slow.
The sadness in your voice makes me sad. That doesn't work well doing that.
We even talked Last of Us because no one else had watched it.
No one's watched it?
No, this morning no one that was on had watched it but me.
That's crazy. So, I'm really excited. The next episode is going to be coming on this Friday due to the Super Bowl. We don't want to do
11 hours from now.
Oh yeah, that is today, right? Okay, yeah. I like that font. That looks good with this.
So in the mix, so you can watch in the mix and immediately start up Last of Us after that.
Oh, I guess I can't make in the mix tonight. That sucks.
Yeah, or you can skip in the mix and watch that and then watch in the mix later. But then you'll miss the potential giveaways because DJ does giveaways all the time. So,
is this the week that you're not making it, or you are making it? That was last week, and you still made it anyways.
yeah, last week because I was at the movie and then I got home like 10 minutes later.
Tim, hop back on. I'd like to hear about that. I got some questions, and I don't want to. I'm definitely not going to watch it. But The Last of Us, I think, out of the 4 episodes, this was by far my least favorite episode. But that's still like a really, really great episode. It was still a good show. I think it was just like the change in tone for me, like where it felt like very like you felt very stranded watching it. You know, like you focusing on just a couple of characters and a lot of emptiness.
We can definitely spoil. I mean, the new one.
Yeah. I'm going into spoilers. Yeah, it's been a week, but kind of getting introduced to this. We hit a city, you know, and we get introduced to this whole group of survivors in there, and they have their whole archaic system of government running, and it's clearly just a ton of new characters. And I felt like it was just like character overload. It was just a quick shift into a different tone. But I don't remember hardly any of their names. I think one was Catherine or Kathleen or something like that.
The new lady who's like the boss and shoots that guy or whatever, she wasn't my favorite. She was just okay. Maybe the first time in the show where I was like, it's just okay. But then we get to see something breathing under the concrete or something.
It looked like there's like a gang of mushroom heads like getting ready to push up out the ground. My immediate thought, and this is why I hate trailers, was, you know, in the trailer there's like that clip of that burning surrounding you, see that big mushroom head thing crawl out of it.
No, I didn't see the trailer.
Okay, well in the trailer that's like all that's been like the scene that they show, and it's just like a second of it, but something big crawling out of the ground, and I'm assuming that it's like that.
I don't watch trailers basically for that reason, because like I'm gonna watch it and it's only a week away. Why would I want to spoil anything? Same with like Bachelor.
Well, this was like the first trailer they put out way before this ever.
Because I thought they did weekly trailers. I thought that's what you were referring to.
No, I'm talking about like the actual trailer for the
no, never saw it. I agree with Mark completely. This was definitely the worst episode, but that's because I think the first 3 episodes were like 10 out of 10 good, and this was like a 7 out of 10. Still very good, but was pretty standard, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. We did get cool interaction with Joel and Ellie as they're just traveling. They're just continuing to travel to get to their destination, and they're forced into going through a city. It looks like they were avoiding cities, hitting back roads, because, you know, when you get to big cities, you still have grouping of people and stuff like that. And it looks like the people kind of bottleneck and force people through their city. They get ambushed by traps and people who clearly just robbing people coming through for resources, and they have to hit the ground and run and hide in buildings, and they're watching from afar as they kind of see the dynamic and how crazy these people are. They have like armored vehicles, they have a whole hierarchy, and there's clearly something going on in their personal stuff. There's this guy named Henry who's a detractor of whatever they're doing, it looks like they're in a battle with them, a battle of power almost. And by the end of the show,
I'm confused about the Fireflies. Like, what are the Fireflies compared to these people?
They're these people more organized with a nickname for their gang, I guess.
Yeah, that I was talking
about. The Fireflies are a clear, Firefly are a clear pushback against the what do they call the Federation? Fedra. Yeah, the Firefly is a clear response to the Fedra, where you have people like this that are organized to push back against that started early on and grew. And he kind of touched on that in this one when he talked about Tommy and how he's always been a joiner and did the military and this and that. And when he saw an opportunity to be a part of something again, he jumped on it. That's why they joined the Fireflies until Joel left. But this looks like it's not Fedra, it's not the Fireflies, it's just their own little pocket of self-governing people. And I'm assuming that at the end of the show, you have Joel and Ellie hiding out, sleeping in a building, and they get woken up to guns at their head, and it looked like a man and a little kid. So I'm assuming that that's the Henry guy that they're looking for.
Yeah, I'm assuming as well. And they didn't look like they were trying to do anything to them. They were like waking them up.
Like, wake up and shut up.
Yeah. So I'm assuming they're going to be good people, but who knows? I really don't know.
Obviously, these are going to be the people that get him out of this city. Hopefully, Joel's not stuck with carrying 2 kids around from here because 1 is definitely enough.
Oh my
No,
god!
no way. I would assume it'd just be I'm assuming it'd just be a 1 episode thing.
Yeah, I'm not thinking that they'll both survive getting out of the city. If they even try to get out of the city, you know, the Henry character and the kid.
If there was a zombie apocalypse taking place and I had to carry around my 2 kids, I would just prefer to get eaten.
You don't want to listen to Coco Melon through the apocalypse?
No, I don't. No Coco Melon, no Kiki and Mew Mew, no, none of it.
What's up?
Good morning, Coco Love Chevy. How are you? Nick, what is up? What is happening?
I fell down the Instagram Reels hole, so I figured I'd come hang out with real people.
Did you get the erection go away yet?
No, it never goes away.
Okay. We know what you want on Instagram.
Ain't that right, Spidey?
Don't know what you're talking about.
That's too bad.
Isn't that Antonio Brown would take Viagra before?
Would he?
Yeah, that's what he got.
For real?
Oh, would he?
No wonder why he was half naked on the sidelines in a game he wasn't playing.
Is this true? Spider-Man Noir live action series?
Yes.
Live action.
Amazon, Sony.
Oh, nice.
Nick, what did you think of Last of Us before we jump into Sony?
This past week's episode was all right. I like what it's set up. It's kind of like a setup episode.
Yeah.
The weakest of the is it
4?
3? Well, 4 tonight, right?
No, 5 tonight.
5 tonight. Okay. But it's all set up, so I kind of like the introduction of the chick, even though she's not really as menacing as they want us to believe, I think. Like, I keep seeing her in her roles in Fargo and all this other stuff, so she's not...
She looked familiar. I didn't know where I'd recognized her from.
2.5 Men is what I recognized her from.
But, yeah, we'll see. I want to see what's under the floor.
Oh, was she the crazy chick that was always panning after Charlie?
Yep.
That's what it is. Okay.
That's what it was for me.
Oh, is it Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her name.
Yep.
Yeah. Melanie Linsky or something? Or
No, I don't know.
I don't know her real name.
She have a real name?
Something like that.
Mark never
Melanie.
forgets a crazy chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just how you label them, crazy chick.
And also, I remember she was the friend in Coyote Ugly.
You got a friend in me.
You got a friend in me.
Oh,
Right, here's the thumbnail I was working on. That. It was just fun to make.
Very J. Scott-esque, but that's not
That's
J.
Michael Turner.
I was going to say Michael Turner.
Jesus Christ.
Well, look at the eyes. The eyes are a little different. Let's see it again.
I'm going back. Hold on.
Yeah, got those almond eyes.
Definitely
I
Michael
think
Turner.
that J. Scott Campbell has a slightly more, and this might be a disservice, but an anime vibe to him. Kind of like, here's that other person that's doing all these negative space covers these days. David Nakayama.
Or John Tyler. But the face is a
No,
little
I'm like Nakayama and J. Scott Campbell. They always have like anime inspiration in my mind. I don't think they're drawing anime, but it seems like they stared at a lot of anime in their lifetime.
I've never thought that personally, but
yeah, but you don't do anime though, so
what does do anime mean? Like watch anime? I don't watch anime.
Read whatever.
But
read?
Yeah, you've never read any anime, right?
No, because you don't read anime.
See, point proven.
Yeah.
You read manga.
You read manga.
So you look at the difference.
Yeah, I've heard about it, Coco. I'm not a big
that's
UFC
Michael
guy.
Turner
But
also.
I have heard about him fighting. It's been advertised on the radio a lot.
Face is a little different. Spotty.
What's going on, little Nicky?
So I like to think that last night I happened to use a white shadow shirt for my go to sleep shirt, and I wake up in the morning and Chip is back. So you guys can thank me.
It was all you.
It's all about you.
How many nights in a row did it take sleeping in it to get him to come back finally?
Well, my collar is not like Tyler's collar. You can see it. It's still on my neck. You can see how his is a little droopy. You can tell he was wearing his.
I just have a skinny neck.
It's just the time of day. You can measure, like some people use the sun's position in the sky to know what time it is. Us here on YouTube, we can just use Tyler's shirt neck. Right now, it looks like it's roughly 10. Is it 10?
What's funny is that I literally just put it. This just washed. I don't know what it is.
Come tonight, you'll definitely know it's 9 p.m. By midnight, there'll be one nipple showing.
The oblongness of it.
I just assume it's from where Lisa's hanging on, trying to climb up there to give him a hug.
What was that?
That was your collar holding on for dear life.
Dear life.
Hashtag nip slip. Yep.
So is anyone going to be what would Spider-Man Noir got announced yesterday or the day before that Sony and partner with Amazon is going to be working on a Spider-Man Noir something. I don't know if it's a movie, a TV show. This is the second announcement.
Live action.
It looks like a live action series
series
from what I could say, yeah.
So what is this, the second or third announcement they made for Spider-Verse related content that they're going to be bringing to Amazon? Because they said something else not long ago. I don't remember if it was Silk or Madam Web, something stupid. It made me think.
Yeah, Madam Web with what's her name? Dakota Johnson.
I want to say
that was announced a while back. There was something else that was announced for Amazon not too long ago.
I know they were talking about at one stage they were talking about a black and silver, like a black cat and silver sable, but I think they might have changed it like a black cat and silk now or something. There's so many rumors and crap floating around. You just can't keep up with it all.
I think it's a bold move. Like Sony still hasn't really found their footing with the Spider-Man stuff yet. Outside of working with Disney, they keep dropping stuff that is critically bombed. Between
that's why I'm scared about the Craven movie.
Morbius, too. Craven is going to be trash. You don't even need to see. That's what I was thinking. I think it's Silk TV shows. This was the last one they announced, and now they're announcing Spider-Man Noir. They keep. Has anyone confirmed if Nick Cage is going to be playing it? If they get Nick Cage to play it, I know voice acting and real acting it doesn't always line the same, but
no, they haven't confirmed anything.
That could be a cool show depending on how they
Nick
do
Cage is him. Hell yeah!
They need to do it in black and white. Do it straight throwback. Don't do a Spider-Man Noir that's not in black and white.
If it's not, they're stupid.
Well,
yeah, they could. They are stupid.
I think Sony just need to let go. I think that's the be all and end all of it.
Sony's never going to let go. Don't get credit.
I know. I'm saying they need to let go. They're never going to let go. But
I don't think they do. I think they just need to do better. I don't think they need to let
Sony was really smart letting Marvel use Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So now they have a Spider-Man.
I'm cool with Sony holding. I'm cool with people outside of the comic companies holding these properties because I feel like it kind of built they have a reason to try harder despite the fact that they don't. If Sony didn't have that property, we wouldn't have a Venom movie. We wouldn't have a Morbius movie. They wouldn't be doing these projects. Not saying that they're going to be good, but they've got to be trying to do good and seeing that they could be doing better. And eventually they should start landing something.
Yeah, you throw enough crap at the wall, something's bound to stick.
Something's going to stick.
Yeah, but how do you stick through with watching all the crap and then all right?
Oh, you don't watch it unless you hear it's good. That's easy. But I know you're first day kind of guy. Anyway. Nick's our gerbil when it comes to the Venom movies. He would go see him on Thursdays. and then show up scarred on Fridays.
Terrible.
Little Lemmy Winks down there.
Terrible.
Yeah, I like as you said, like hopefully something sticks soon. But as soon as they start saying like, oh, okay, we're going to do Craven, he's going to be an activist instead of a hunter, and it's like, well, you've just lost the plot straight away before you even made the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Big time.
I mean,
but yeah, to watch it because he's just one of those sort of from the Spider-Verse characters that wasn't a mainstream one like before Into the Spider-Verse that he just stuck. I just love the design and the look of the character and stuff like that. So hopefully it's good, but I'll still watch it regardless. But
they're throwing weird shit on it. I mean, they're picking out the weirdest characters. I mean, the wrestler for Bad Bunny, Madam Web.
Who is Bad Bunny playing?
I forget
that wrestler guy. I don't remember.
Are any of these actually like anything more than just like optioned or whatever? Because there's like levels and like
the
yeah,
Madam
they
Web
say, oh, this has been optioned for Netflix.
Madam
This has
Web
been optioned
movie
for that, but
shot.
it never
That
happens.
shit is done. Like that's coming out, I think, this year, but I don't know for sure. Soon.
It's kind of late in the game. They need to get some announcements out or something, some photos and some magazines or something. Set photo, something.
Same with the one you brought up earlier. What a Craven? I think that's done. That just finished.
This year is stacked.
That's being released this year. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
like later this year. I think.
What other MCU properties are dropping this year outside of Guardians and Ant-Man? Television shows or
Loki?
Is Loki season?
I think the Marvels is coming out this year.
Is that going to be on Disney or is that going to be on?
I think
that's a movie.
That's a movie. I think that's going to cinema. Sorry, theater.
0 for 2.
0 for 2.
Yeah, obviously Craven.
Yeah, I think Craven comes out this year too.
If
it's not, it's like January.
I think it's like October, November, or something for Craven.
And as far as DC, we get four releases this year, 4, and then next year is just barren. We get like 2 television projects while we have to go through this waiting period of switching.
Loki and Secret Invasion. I don't think they're this year. TM. I think they're next year.
Oh, dude, that'd be crazy to have to wait because we have trailers for Secret Invasion already, right? We have a teaser trailer at least.
That's this year.
Is that this year? I thought that was
as far as I know.
We gotta be getting this Sunday. We gotta be getting Guardians and the Marvel.
Dude, Sunday.
Oh, there's a whole
trailer.
I saw there was like a whole stack of.
Dude, there's like a dozen trailers we're supposed to get Sunday.
I was just looking up the list.
Is it a dozen?
The baker's dozen?
So let's hear this article.
Or a poor man's dozen.
What dozen is it, Justin?
So the movies expected to premiere trailers during the ads include The Flash, Fast X, Dungeons and Dragons, Transformers, Guardians of the Galaxy, The Little Mermaid, and Pixar's Elemental.
Oh,
there's more than that because
there's more than that.
John Wick 4. John Wick 4 is in there too.
But is that a new trailer or is it just a trailer?
It's supposed to be new.
They're all supposed to be new trailers.
There's no way you'd spend the money on the Super Bowl and not make a new one. That would just be stupid. It's like the most expensive thing you can spend money on.
It's got to be
it's hard. You're already spending a ton of money on the ad space. Why do you want to spend more money on making a new trailer?
It's got to be the trailer of all trailers.
Or that John Wick trailer. That John Wick trailer already is the trailer of all trailers. Dude, that had it all. That's all you needed to see right there. You see him literally throw an axe into someone's face from 3 steps away. Like, it was intense.
Now, with as violent as that's going to be, does that give you any hope for Berserker?
No, man.
No
one cares.
I think Berserker's going to be cool no matter what for what it is. I think the story sucks. Like, having read this far into it, I think the story's just dumb.
Dude,
that doesn't mean
the story fell apart at like issue 2 or 3. And it only got worse.
You caught in the cord, you twit. There we go.
I remember not having a lot of reading experience with that Matt Kent guy, and everyone was telling me it's going to be good because of him. Because, like, bro, the release schedule for that book was garbage, and it got all like meta and weird, and
It's been going on for like 2 years already, right?
Yeah, and we're only like 12 issues in.
Well, 12 is the last one, I think.
Yeah.
All right, we're only like 11 issues in.
I can't wait for it to finish. I mean, it started when I was just started collecting again. I'm just like, it seems to be the one pervading thing throughout. And I'm just like, I can't wait for it to finish. Jeez.
Yeah, you can stop collecting.
Yeah.
That's all that's been holding me back. Yeah.
If I'm like 11 inches in, I might as well just go for the 12th.
What are you using?
That's what she didn't say.
Body. Let's see press progress. I think Justin will appreciate this one.
X-Men book.
Really want some hot dogs.
Oh, I really could go for a hot dog.
Yeah, I really do now.
I think that Flash trailer is going to just be insane because we've seen like little snippets of that trailer and stuff. We haven't seen him like running and all that yet.
Is that 100?
Mm-hmm. And it looks good.
That cover is so much better than 101. I'm just saying.
Oh, 101's iconic also. My favorite is 122. I got that one $50.
122.
Colossus.
Oh yes, they're
right. Taking the shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of shit you're taking. I don't
dominant ones.
That's how I always strain when I poop.
141's always one of my favorites. I still need to get that. That Days of Future Past.
Yeah, that's one that eludes me also. I gotta grab that one.
Mm-hmm.
I have to look up 122 now. I cannot picture it off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's the one where it almost looks like he's in some sort of like big concrete sandwich press that he's trying to push it apart.
He's in the danger room, dude.
Yeah.
Don't make.
Do you have it, Justin?
Yeah, just because I have it doesn't mean I can picture it.
My God.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see it.
He can't even keep track of how many Legos he has.
It's obvious that I'm not a fan, so I will be giving away my X-Men collection.
What to say? Don't make me provoke your card, Justin.
Is anybody else just like extremely hyped to see this Flash trailer? Like, I'm not trying to go back that beat a dead horse, but
hell yeah,
all those other trailers sound fine and cool and dandy and everything, but like I'm ridiculously stoked to see that.
When Michael Keaton shows up in the trailer, and people are gonna flip. It's gonna be epic.
Aren't they cutting him from the movie?
No. So they got announced that they adjusted something at the end of the film that takes out Supergirl and Michael Keaton. So out of the ending of the film, it doesn't say like out of the post, it doesn't say out of the big final battle, it says out of the ending of the film, which in my mind that lines up with a stinger shot of Flash pointing some shit or something. I don't know.
They took out Affleck out of Aquaman, I believe. That's one thing, and I think they took out Keaton out of something.
They took Keaton out of the
Blue Beetle,
Batgirl, like because he was supposed to be in Batgirl. No, I'm being serious. He was in.
Yeah.
That
might have been the other one.
They were talking about how he was like getting folded into the universe via Batgirl and the Flash. But I don't know.
Nobody cares about your Animal Man TM.
I need to read it before it comes out.
What, Animal Man?
Yeah.
Liam sent me a photo on IG of Madonna's face next to Childminder from the Justice Society comic, and they look identical. Like identical. If someone just cartoon drew her, that's the only difference.
Blue Hellion said Justin Birch is awesome. I hope he's as cool in person as he is on YouTube. Well, he's
Bull.
not. He's not, Dan. I'm sorry.
Just I would not go in with high expectations.
Looks like Yzma.
That is just. Ugh.
At one time, the hottest woman on the planet.
What did she do? Just get like a bunch of like fat injected into her cheeks and her forehead?
Into a whole face by the looks of it.
They just skipped the front of her jaw is all.
Scott Snyder's Animal Man is great. That's like the one I haven't heard about. All I hear about is Lemire and Grant Morrison.
Wow, gross. Yeah, that sums it up. Wow to the picture on the left and gross to the one on the right. So has anyone else been playing with the YouTube short stuff?
I have never done a short.
Spidey, it'd be something that you can do easily, because I know you talk about like me, like myself, like not editing stuff and all that. They'd be great for like you know how you get your statues out to do a statue video. So like you get your statue, do your regular video for it, but while it's out, just take your cell phone, point it at your statue close up on the table, and just hit record and just kind of move around it while you talk about.
I was actually thinking of doing that.
Bowman of Juggernaut with the design by blah blah blah, and it, just as long as it's under 59 seconds, it doesn't have to go to 59 seconds, and then you hit end, and then after you do your statue video, like go and post that the next day or later, that whenever you want, and you can even tell people for a full review, check out my channel. You know what I'm saying? And try it, because your shorts hit a completely different audience than your videos do. So I've been trying to do separate content. I'm doing just like toys on mine.
It's funny you say that, actually, because Simon actually said the same thing to me. He's like, oh, maybe like even like your art pieces or your statues or something like that. But I was actually trying to think of getting one of those like little circular sort of like rotated tables. So I'd literally just stick the statue on it, just spin it slowly, and just so I can just sit there.
Or fast as fuck.
Stay with me here. Don't wait to get the table before you start making the videos, because I've already thought the exact same thing you did. I need to get one of those things to put the toy on so it moves around and this and no.
Sorry,
I said
there's banging and clashing going on here.
We don't hear it.
I do.
But yeah.
Or you can just use the app and create like a 15-second one and just do all the editing on your phone.
Yeah, I don't do any, like the editing part's easy, because like I don't know, like when I pull
it was just Beck. I thought it was one of the cats.
But when you pull up your camera recorder on your phone, like you can hit record, but you can hit stop or pause. So you don't have to edit. You can just, you have your statue pointing at you and you hit record, then you just hit stop. And then you just turn the statue. Yeah, I don't do any of the editing in the app. I just record it regularly, then I just go to YouTube and hit the plus button and upload it to it through Shorts.
Yeah, so I just do iMovie, but like as Mark was saying, I just chop it onto the timeline and just post it pretty much. I don't sit there and do all this.
Yeah, you don't have to do nothing like at all, and don't wait till you get that turntable to do it, because when you do your regular statue video, you do your video and tell them to make sure y'all turn notifications on, because I'll upload a short later today with all the close-ups of the statue. And then when you do the close-up video, if you want to see the long format review of the statue, you just send people back and forth.
Yeah.
But what'll happen is your view count and everything, your sub count will go up exceedingly from people just watching your shorts. So if you keep your content on your shorts consistent for a while, and I sprinkle in a little stuff here and there, like I walk through my shop when I go to pick up my books on there. And I did one of the mystery box I got from Nick, and I'm going to upload the mystery box I got ironically from Dude here next, and those get good hits. It's just a whole different audience. People who watch shorts don't necessarily give a shit for long videos on YouTube. They're TikTok people, but they want to
flow. You're right. You don't need to think about them. Honestly, probably the less you think about it, the better. Just
I was
do
just-
it and move on with your life because
And that's the problem. I always overthink everything.
Yeah,
Well,
I do too. So today, like
this.
you should do it right now. Like while you're on the stream,
you
grab
almost
a fucking
should.
statue next to you.
But
Grab-
I'm not home. But yeah.
All right, well, do a short of Beck snoring. Do something.
That was actually who's making all the noise. But not that normal noise.
My cover of the week. This is it
What,
right here.
what Beck's snoring?
As I'm
Jinx.
She's float.
as I'm creating a short right now, just like this. Add music to it, and that's it. Post it. I try to pick the highest view song.
Yeah, and if you add music to it, you don't have to talk or anything. It's just music playing with an image.
Yeah.
On it, you know.
I wouldn't do what Nick does, but you can do something else. That's
Do whatever you want to do. He's just showing you it's literally that easy. There's nothing at all to it. Literally nothing.
So I'm assuming the music that you're picking, is it from like actual like YouTube like library or something?
When you're uploading your video, like you hit upload and it goes to like,
It'll be
you
like a
want to
music
add filters,
thing.
you want to add effects, you want to add music. There's just buttons that say filter effects music. You just hit music and you type in and search whatever song in the world you want, and it's there. And then you just click on it, and then now there's music there.
So obviously you're not going to get copyright strikes or
Nope.
stuff like that.
Nope, they let you use copyrighted music and monetize it. Like all of mine are monetized with like I put like Avatar music on some of the Avatar ones, and
Well, they'll tell you like some of the music is banned in places like in Russia.
well, right now, no one's getting money from ads in Russia. I saw that last night because of the war in Ukraine. We're not running ads in Russia, so you don't get paid as much right now because. I'm like, what the fuck? That doesn't even make sense. Only for shorts, though. Only for shorts.
Yeah, a couple of them I got like
Whoa.
1,500 views, 2,000 views.
There you go,
Is
Nick.
that for sale?
$5.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, you said $5. Okay, yep, no worries.
All right.
400 to ship to.
No, I just get it. I get it.
Is that a retro or is that original?
Send it to Rob. And then-
No, it's a retro.
Let's see it again.
You can pair that nicely with.
Let's see the back of it. I want to see if it looks like the old retro backs as well. Not quite. No.
With the Alex Ross.
Starting bid $5 on this Dark Phoenix Marvel Legends.
I totally bought a sign graded copy of the Dark Phoenix one last night.
TM is in at 5.
No, I'm at 5.
Mad Spidey, you want to go to 6? You said
You're not in on the chat.
I got a
though,
$6 dues.
Oh, damn it. Dollary dues are worth more.
yeah, they're worth what is it, $21.38 an hour?
You've got Canadian bidding and Australian bidding.
Canadians are Looney Tunes, so that's only half of it.
Actually, what is the conversion rate from dollary dues to Stanley Nichols?
I have no clue.
Only talking dollary dues. So.
I think 7 quackas.
Shroot bucks. What about
Shroot bucks? Yeah.
Yeah, I said it while you were off taking Finn to school. I'm like, you made me want to go over there now and visit them, seeing I haven't done it since I was a kid.
Beats.
Yeah, yeah. And ironically, it's really far away. Though.
Yeah, and expensive to get over there.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be that far away though.
It's about the same time to get from East Coast to West Coast as it does for me to get to like Indonesia or Thailand. And it actually costs about the same amount. And it's
I'm just saying, it isn't like you're on a very large landmass. Is my point. The ice shelf over Antarctica is bigger than your entire country.
It's about a four and a half hour flight, and it costs like $600 or something just to get over there.
How cheap is it to ride a bicycle?
Death, because you got to go over what they call the Nullarbor Plain, which is literally a plain. There is nothing living there. People, you can literally drive over it, and that's it. There's no petrol stations, no nothing for miles and miles.
Bring a bottle of water.
Bring a tanker.
No, freeze the bottle of water.
There you go. It'll last longer. It'll be cold when you want to drink it.
See which melts first, me or the ice.
Yeah, I was looking at that the other day. I was looking at some Antarctica stuff, and the Antarctic ice shelf. God, what is it? Is it the Ross ice shelf is larger than all of Australia.
Just because looking at stuff about Antarctica.
Yes.
What's Flo tagging me in now?
The Credible Hulk.
I mean, y'all just be sitting there watching the same shit all day. I'd be on some random shit.
Nick, did you finish the Bill Russell doc?
No, not yet. Not yet. Episode 1 is done. I gotta watch the other one.
Same.
I probably shouldn't be playing this while on the stream. I'll have a look at it later, Flo. Thank you.
All I can think about is hot dogs right now.
Excellent.
My plan is
Justin
working.
Birch, my plan is working.
It's like between hot dogs and ice cream sandwiches. That's all they're trying to get you to eat.
Y'all don't ever go down like natural disaster rabbit holes.
Oh shit! Now I want to.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, like rock slides, avalanches, mudslides.
Oh, hell yes.
Ice calving events, like just glaciers in general. Like I go down these rabbit holes, and I have for years. So like those are like you start there kind of thing. So you start like watching landslide rabbit holes, and they inevitably bring you to like geology stuff, and then you start looking into tectonic plates, and you start looking into like the different types of volcanoes and all this kind of stuff, and how eruptions occur. And then the same thing happens with glaciers, and you start looking at ice shelves, and you start looking at like under ice shelves and like hidden lakes and actual life forms that were just discovered in the past year where we didn't even know that life existed. And then the existence of continents under ice shelves that have been mapped for thousands of years when this land hasn't ever been known to even been seen with the human eyes. You know what I mean? Like it's just there's fun rabbit holes to go down.
I get caught in like, what happens if the meteor should strike the Earth today?
Yeah, or if like the polar shift of the Earth, how that's like been recorded to have shifted before. What happens if it would happen today and it hits a point where the continents stop moving, the Earth stops spinning, it hits deadlock. So going from 1,000 miles per hour. Like if you're riding in a car 1,000 miles per hour and you hit a dead stop, you can imagine what happens with everything still moving. So just think what happens to entire cities going 1,000 miles an hour that hits a dead stop. The people inside of buildings, the buildings themselves. What would happen to the atmosphere? The atmosphere around us is moving 1,000 miles an hour as well. So if the Earth dead stops and the atmosphere keeps going, you have instant 1,000 mile per hour winds and stuff. But all kinds of cool stuff.
I watched that one. It was very good.
Good stuff. Gives me hope for the future.
It would be an instant reset of the entire planet. Like everything would be covered immediately because just from the waters coming in and over the landmass would bring in so much water, mud, debris. It would literally just cover up. It'd be like taking an eraser and just sliding it over the planet.
Would my comics be okay?
They would be. They would be under miles of Earth.
As long as they're slabbed.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mylar? Are they in Halo slabs?
So Matt Spidey's collection, gone. Ours, still all right.
Someone told me a chunk of the sun broke off. Well, that didn't happen because that's not how the sun works.
In chunks?
In chunks. Unless they were just referring to like a solar flare, but
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I didn't know there were
there's not chunks of the sun.
And Cole, you'll have to check out my latest YouTube short to see my cover of the week.
Yeah. I guess I need to do one now just to make Cole happy. I wonder what my cover of the week would be. I have all my books over
Sounds
there.
like an Australian snack, sun chunks. Because they all have weird ass names. Like they don't have like gummy bears, they have snakes.
Right, spider bits.
Yeah. Sun chunks. Just have me some sun chunks, man.
Caramello koalas.
Kangaroo nuggets.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait till you see a certain person's video when he finally uploads it, and you might see some Australian stuff.
It's a lot of a certain thing, and
I think mine would have to be this one right here that you'll have to watch my short later to see.
Wakanda Forever?
Wakanda Forgettable? No.
Kengo punches.
Bjorn Barons for Ghost Rider number 11.
Oh.
With Danny Ketch.
No. That reminded me that's such a rip off of the Batman scene.
There you go.
I got you.
We got to look this up now. The piece of the sun fell off. Biggie's saying it happened.
Where can I ask a natural follow-up question?
To which part?
To a huge piece of the sun falling off.
Sure.
Of course.
Go ahead.
Where did it go?
There it is. Unbelievable moment. A piece of the sun breaks off in capital letters. Baffles scientists.
But where did
there
it
you go? So it did happen.
Stay tuned to the Immortal Biggie Shacks channel for the up-to-date science news, as well as Silver and Golden Age comics.
Baffle science. So there's more. So we're still learning about the universe. I thought we had already solved all of it.
Biggie Shack, the science guy. Move over, Bill Nye.
big.
Does peace make you feel better? I'm big on peace.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Do you know what would make me feel better right now? A hot dog.
Well, it depends where the hot dog is coming from, actually.
I'm going
to Taylor solved it.
Hot dog.
Taylor solved it.
We can't
Slid on
see
the flat
that
earth.
because it slid on. Wow, that sucks.
Oh, that actually makes sense. That checks out.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Kyrie.
Did you hear his nonsense? What he said?
I'm sure, but when
he heard Kevin Durant was traded, he said that he'll get to see him more now. And what else was it? I was like, you talk about spending all this time together. You were just teammates.
Is he been traded again, Durant?
Yeah, he got traded yesterday.
To where?
To the Suns.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute.
That's the piece that chunked off was Jay Crowder.
Oh my God, this is all starting to check out.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
Shout out to Marquette.
So that'll be Chris Paul and Kevin Durant.
And Devin Booker.
And
Devin Booker.
And
fuck CP3. Yeah, CP3 is like the fourth best player on that team now.
I've still got fondness for CP3 because he started at Charlotte.
Kyrie isn't going to make Dallas any better. Yes, he definitely is. Dallas is a trash can, and he's good. So definitely, he's not gonna make them great if that's what you were.
They weren't really gonna do anything anyway.
Yeah, exactly. They're just gonna be a little better. They won their first game with him.
Yeah, but Luka wasn't there.
Exactly. That means when Luka comes back, they're gonna be all right.
Yeah, just like putting James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin
No,
Durant.
dude, no. That was poison from the beginning. James Harden and Kyrie together.
I can't stand James Harden. Like that guy travels like every single time he picks up the ball.
Yeah, I know.
Well, let's get rid of Harden and we'll plug Ben Simmons in.
Yeah, the Nets were just stupid from day one for all of that.
But Ben Simmons needs a team that he can actually be just a point guard, not a scorer at all.
Dude, he can't do anything.
He's not as good as what he was.
Is trash.
Yeah, he was all right at the start, but
I think if I went and shot like 100 3-pointers a day for the next year, I'd be better in the NBA than Ben Simmons.
It's also taller than Ben Simmons is.
Yeah, I'm definitely 6'10".
He's taller than me. He's taller than Manute Bol.
Ben Simmons is only 6'10". Tyler's way taller.
How can you be bad at basketball at 6'10"? Like, think about that. As athletic as he is.
Well, you know why? Because he's Australian. That's why.
Oh, yeah, he is Australian.
Kick your ass on the court.
So is Kyrie, though. Kyrie was born in Australia.
All right, if I come over there, Nikki, I'll play you 1-on-1. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
In my opinion, I don't think 1-on-1's a good judge of basketball skill. It's just running in circles, but you got to be able to play with a team. That's real basketball.
That's why the dynamic between Kyrie and Luka is so important.
They'll be better. You don't think they'll be better? They were like not that good. They added Kyrie. They can't be worse. And Luka is a god. Luka is the next LeBron. I said that from his rookie year.
As long as he holds up.
Yeah,
Kelly.
Yeah.
The package has finally hit the country, so I should have it hopefully next week.
I guess I misworded that because Biggie says the perfect. It's a good judge of just. I guess I'd put it 1-on-1 is a good judge of skill, but not a good judge of basketball talent because there's so much more than just 1-on-1.
Yeah, because obviously they do talk about like a basketball brain sort of thing, like you actually know
so
like
much.
the inner workings and stuff and things like that, and that's why I was never a massive scorer on the court. I was just sort of one of those guys who just sort of did everything and anything just to help the team.
All right, Della Vadova.
Not that kind of yes, skinning my ass on a bloody court trying to dive for a ball and shit. Nah, bugger that.
On an unrelated note.
What?
We can't say because you name things in the way.
Can you see it now?
We can't say it because
I have no idea what you're pointing at.
You need to make him big or something, Tyler. Okay, now do it.
What?
Diving on the court.
Did an ant bite you?
It's court burn.
I thought it was going to be some like big scab.
No, I'm too old to get a scab.
Well, yeah, you can't pass 1-on-1. You can't. I mean, just 1-on-1 defense is so different than help defense. Moving without the ball, with the ball, it's
Setting
everything.
your teammates up.
Yeah,
running the break. Clock management. Well, clock management doesn't come to it.
Yeah, when you're playing like just open men's competition or whatever like that, there's no shot clocks and crap.
I'm just happy the Nets are worse than the Knicks now. I don't think so, man. Knicks and Nets are both trash. They have been since forever, right?
Not saying that my Hornets
have
are
the
any
Nets
better.
won a championship?
No, they got to the finals.
Yeah, that's right.
And they got demolished by the Lakers.
And the Knicks won like a little before Nam or something?
No, like the last 49 years ago is their champion.
Yeah, a little before Nam.
The Nets have an ABA championship though, don't they? Dr. J.
Yeah.
Marcus.
Haven't had a team since Shaq left. It's been a minute.
So did you go from Orlando to LA to Phoenix to wherever else you played?
Cleveland to Boston, yeah. I know I followed LeBron everywhere. I don't even really know. When he retires, I guess I'll be a Pacer fan. I think. I don't really know.
If he retires, I don't. It's going to be the immortal Biggie Shaq and the immortal LeBron.
Yeah, that's what it'll probably be. I'll probably just start watching the Mavs with Luca, just because I love watching him.
Like, does Charlotte even have anybody?
Who? Charlotte?
Yeah,
LaMelo.
LaMelo. That's it.
Is he hurt? No,
They
it's his
got,
brother. Right.
This guy who thought he was so good from Boston. What's his name? The point guard.
Oh, not the
Isaiah
the
Thomas?
the little dude with the little brown patch in his black hair. That Schroeder or something.
No, he's on the Lakers. He's a beast. Love Schroeder.
What the hell is his name?
Because we never get they always, like, over here they only play like the
West
popular teams. Charlotte doesn't get aired over here, unfortunately.
I don't think they get it over here either, man.
Yeah.
Golly. Tickets.
I don't think I've seen a Charlotte game since LJ.
Should just stood up and get his record back.
This too. Lakers are coming to town, and cheapest tickets $177.
Jesus.
God.
Oh, they got a lot of castaways on that team.
Yeah,
Terry Rozier is the one I was talking about.
Oh yeah, he's not a bad player.
Gordon Hayward, Kelly Oubre, Mason Plumlee.
So trash.
So a lot of nobodies.
Yeah,
Remember the Bobcats?
And it's like with Jordan, like come on, Jordan, buddy, pull something there. Like, get some massive player or something to try and join. Is like, nah. It's like, is he actually doing anything?
I can honestly say I don't know. He might not.
I don't think he even knows. He's like, I want to own a team, but I'm not going to do anything with it.
Let me know when LeBron gets a three-peat. That's what Callie said. It would be funny as fuck if he took his shirt off and had a Kareem jersey on. What, LeBron? Kareem would have been pissed.
I thought it would have been cool if he would have broken the record with a skyhook.
Yeah, I thought he was going to when he was in the post. I thought it was coming, but he did his fade away.
Yeah, I was going to say he just did it with a jump shot, didn't he?
No, he backed him down, got to the free throw line, and did a fade away. It was a really nice shot.
Who is this?
Does it all the time. LeBron. He beat it this week.
I saw a little video where it said he was like 2 points shy, but it showed him doing a dunk and the ball went in the hoop and bounced off somebody's head who was trying to block him, like right at the bottom of the net, and bounced back out. And they did.
Yeah, that was me. I posted
that video.
That was my short.
When you buy a team, you can give Jordan advice.
Yeah, that's true.
No, man.
Well, what he's done to the Hornets or hasn't done to the Hornets, I can say what the fuck I want.
Yeah, terrible.
Well, listen, the only time they were good was when they had Alonzo and
Hornets.
Larry Johnson.
Exactly.
Larry Johnson.
I still have my LJ cards floating around somewhere. Not that they're worth anything.
Maybe when
Washington
God,
Bullets.
what was his name? The guy that played for the Wizards.
Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, I know you, mate. Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, maybe Arenas will buy the Wizards and change them to the ball.
It's a multi-layered joke there, people.
If you know Gilbert Arenas, it's immediate. That's the first thing you have to think of, right?
Never met him.
You'll have to have Plaxico.
See, Nick, the comic nerd, he knew I was trying to get out too.
Nick.
I can't believe no one's picked up Mellow.
You have Ultra. Did you get your Superman Deluxe hardcover exclusive?
No. It was supposed to. Yeah, it was supposed to be delivered. I gotta see when.
Yeah, there. I know that mine's scheduled to arrive today. Like they confirmed, I confirmed with them, and then it took about a week and a half for them to ship out. It wasn't long at all. But I just got the notification mine's arriving today. And at first, when I first saw that, advertisement when they first did the Ultra thing, I assumed that it was going to be that floppy copy that came out, but it's not. It's the hardback.
Really?
Yeah, it's the hardback deluxe edition that already has like a $30 price tag, and then it's the Ivan Reis exclusive cover only available through the Ultra app.
Good. I'm glad because they keep dropping the price. I mean, I paid $100 for it. It's like 60 now, right?
Well, they have that 33% off deal going right now. They do that. Like I've had DC Ultra since it was beta tested. I pre-signed up and paid full price for it and sat there and did the countdown thing for it. And back then it had the streaming service, and they used to have the DC Daily Show on there, and they did like this whole 2-hour premiere event with Kevin Smith on there because his daughter Harley Quinn is one of the hosts that was working for him and stuff. But I've always paid full price for it because all these deals come along, but they're never like when I'm renewing, and I don't want to unsubscribe and then resubscribe kind of thing. I don't know.
Well, I started when they had everything mixed. They had everything together, like movies, comics.
Yeah.
That was good, but they had a shitty comic selection in the beginning.
Yeah, they've steadily been adding to it. When they did the Ultra thing, they seriously boosted it.
This
like
one
bringing in all the Vertigo and Black Label stuff. And
I've been reading stuff nonstop on that app. Like this week, I picked up Batman from the Abyss storyline, and I think 118 issue 118. I think.
Yeah, what am I thinking of? Is that like the? Oh no, that's the newer stuff. I was thinking of Leviathan.
Yeah.
That story they did about 3-4 years ago.
But I breezed through that in like a day or two.
118 wasn't bad. It was just like that 3 issues. I like that interaction between Bruce and Lex on the rooftop. That was pretty dope.
Art is fantastic, but it's also something I wouldn't chance buying in the store usually.
Yeah, that's that Alfred Molina did the interiors, I believe. Not Alfred Molina, something Molina.
Jorge
Molina. Alfred Molina is the actor. But yeah, they're really cool. It's like kind of like Clayman-ish in style in some ways. They're kind of bulkier though.
But yeah, like I said, they had a trade of all Tom King stuff. I finished reading that. I've been reading the Omega Men by Tom King, which is great too.
Yeah, I haven't finished that yet. I've been working through that on the app. I'm on like issue 3, I think. I'm slow when it comes to back reading digital stuff.
And Justice Society of America is the one that just came out. They're up to like issue 3 you mentioned.
Yeah, they're up to. They've done 2 issues. They did the new Golden Age one shot to kick it off. Then they've done 2 issues. I was thinking Alfred Molina was the guy who double crossed Indiana Jones in the opening scene to Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That one too.
Yeah, that's where I know him from. He was Dr. Octopus as well. I was thinking Jor-El from Super Pets.
You know that. He's just showing off now.
Yeah. Not many people remember Alfred Molina from Raiders of the Lost Ark. He's the one that stole Indiana's whip and idol and didn't give it back.
It was also Frida Kahlo's husband, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. We didn't hit 11 o'clock unless Tyler wants to say I'm about to hop off here, and I have the house to myself right now. My wife went to go.
What does his collar say?
His collar says it's almost noon, so he's ahead of us somehow.
Which is weird because he's in Central Time Zone.
Yeah.
Hashtag Indiana.
What are you looking at? Oh, this. It's like, what? I was so confused. No, I'll end it now.
I like how it still says Wood Watcher under your name.
I know I haven't changed.
But yeah, I appreciate everyone coming and hanging out tonight. Is in the mix. Oh shit.
In a world where Nick's Kicks and Comics is wearing an evildoer hat, he sits there in his hoodie contemplating life. How did he survive with only 9.5 fingers? Tune out tonight on In the Mix.
But if you're looking to spend some quality time with DJ Links today, make sure you check out the Comic Book Community 411, which dropped about 2 hours ago, with a riveting conversation between Brian LCS and said DJ Links.
In a world where DJ Link sits down with Brian LCS.
Wow, that fucking microphone.
Now do one where I sell hot dogs.
In a world where Justin Birch sells hot toys in order to buy hot dogs.
Yeah.
There you go.
$500 of Lego buy a lot of hot dogs.
Yeah, like 500 hot dogs.
Yeah, roughly.
I can do fantasy movies as well, right? Ready? In a world where Tyler Glass is entertaining.
I'm just kind of bummed that Justin doesn't get bulk discount for his hot dog purchases. 500. That's it.
Buy 500, get one free.
How you find gentlemen doing today?
Fingernails do not grow on digits tonight on DJ Links.
Oh shit.
We're about to dip out of here unless anyone else.
Ah, for real? Oh shit! I came in at the wrong.
You came
right.
I guess I'll just move my forward with my regular day now.
Oh, just left. No syrupy goodbyes.
I know he was thoroughly offended by me saying he wasn't entertaining.
Collar out.
I know.
Well, hope y'all have a good one. We'll see y'all in the next one. And in the mix tonight, you got At Week's End Sunday night at 9 p.m. And until next time, as always, we are Legion.
We are Legion.